and you guys can say a little bit about each of your characters as we get started. If you've got any questions about how the system works or anything like that, just shout out, and we'll go through it as we encounter it. But essentially, it's a roll under system. You get boons and banes. They can stack. There's lots of different things integrated into your character sheets. So you can click on, if I ask for a skill check, if you click on the wording, so say healing for example, you'd click the word healing and it'll automatically roll it in the chat box. You can then push that as well, but there's a consequence. So if you look at your attributes on your character sheets, you've got things underneath those which are called conditions, like exhausted or sickly. If you push your dice and you re-roll, you have to take one of those conditions. And the mechanics behind that is, if I take the exhausted condition for strength, then any skill checks I'm making which are linked to my strength stat, I make with a bane, which in this game is disadvantage. You can recover those conditions by resting. There are 3 different types of resting. One is in a combat round, which will get you some willpower back, which you can use then for your abilities and your spells. One is called a stretch rest, which is kind of like a short rest. So you get to remove one of those conditions and you'd heal D6 willpower and also D6 hit points. And one is called a shift rest, and that basically resets you. So you clear all your conditions, or you regain all your willpower as well as all your hit points. I think that's like a introduction in a few minutes. Like I said, anything else we'll cover as and when it comes up. So your party, you have been travelling in the world of Dragonbane through the Misty Vale, and you have come to the outskirts of the Misty Vale. Travelling for a day or two, you've made your way through a woodland called the Wickwood in the direction of the Bailiwick of Fenwick. The Bailiwick of Fenwick is a collection of small towns and villages, and you've heard that there's potentially work here like there has been in the Misty Vale. You may have met in the Misty Vale, but you've journeyed together, so you have some understanding and a little bit of knowledge about each other, even if it's just passing conversation as you make your way through the woods for company and for safety. You know that through the Wickwood is the hamlet of Lapis. Now, the hamlet of Lapis is the most populated of the 3 towns in the Bailiwick of Fenwick, and it surrounds, or it borders, a loch called Loch Meglen. So we'll start the scenario just as you're coming to the outskirts of Wickwood and you're heading towards the hamlet of Lapis. Do you guys want to just give us a quick introduction into your characters, and then we'll go from there? Let's get started with Satchmo. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. I played with Thomas last week. It was a really fun game, and excited to play some more and learn more Dragonbane. My characters, I'm just using a pre-gen wizard. I used a pre-gen halfling or rogue last week. I have a little bit of a voice for him, but I'll spare you for now. He's a hard of hearing, cranky old wizard.
Perfect.
So that's I'm gonna try and channel Abe Simpson from The Simpsons.
Nice. How about you, Shadowbolt? What's your character? Who are you playing?
Well, especially I was going to ask, what was the wizard's name?
Oh, the wizard's name is Archmaster Aodhan. Aodhan.
Okay.
Aodhan.
Sounds good. I'm playing Brine, the halfling hunter, who's also very grumpy and not charismatic. She goes by the nickname Shadowbolt. And she's Yeah, the hunts. Yeah, it just helps out when needed.
Awesome. Louis?
My character's name is Silvertongue. She's a halfling bard. She's got strawberry blonde hair and bright green eyes. And she's the most charismatic character you could ever run into.
Sounds like a bard to me. How about you, Eric?
I'm playing Christiana the Bold. She is the pre-gen halfling thief character. So she is not as charismatic as she would like to be. So she's just kind of a little. So she stays quiet, but she's a little bit of a grifter. So she's looked for opportunities anywhere that they can be found. So she's the one that's good at your sleight of hand and your sneaking and spot hidden. So, yep, and she likes to go stabby, stabby, stabby.
Awesome, nice. Just to give you guys a little bit more information, for those of you who've played Dragonbane before, last year I ran the Misty Vale campaign, and then I had a couple of months breaks from Dragonbane, and last week was the first one shot back. So if there's anything rules wise that you think I get wrong, call it out. It's not a problem. The main thing we're here to do is have a nice time, but obviously we want to be as accurate to the rules as possible. So yeah, just give me a shout out and we'll make sure we have a good evening tonight. So if I can get you all starting as you're approaching the edge of the Wickwood to open up your character sheets, and if you could please make me either an awareness roll, a spot hidden roll, maybe a hunting or a bushcraft, something that you think represents for your character being aware and looking around this environment.
There's something in my eye. I am unaware.
And I just missed it.
Awesome, okay. Archmaester Aiden, as your party draws close to the edge of the woods, you notice something on the floor. You notice what looks like a small bird. Maybe it's dark. It also looks like there's something that's gone through it, like an arrow might have gone through it, and it's caused this thing to fall down onto the floor. It's no longer moving. It looks like it might have been there for a day or so. What would you like to do?
What is it? Looks like can I ask you to repeat it real quick?
Yeah, of course. Let me kill the music. So you have found, as you guys are walking, you've noticed a dark, like a black bird lying dead on the floor. It looks like it's got an arrow or a bolt that's gone through it. How would you like to approach?
What I thought you said. I thought you said a bird. I nudge it with my foot. I just nudge it with my foot. Kind of kick it with my boot. Somebody killed this bird.
Good eating.
Don't look at me.
I don't eat roadkill. Carrion gets caught in my beard.
As you kick the bird rolls over, obviously suffering from the cold and maybe a little bit of atrophy. You notice that there is a small scroll tied under one of its wings.
Scroll there. And I reach for it.
Okay. Opening up the scroll. There is an arrow. Yeah, there's an arrow through the bird. Eric.
Yes, so my character will be curious if there's any markings or colorings on this arrow to make it distinctive, as in belonging to one group or another.
There aren't any markings. It looks very rudimentary though. It's almost entirely made out of sharpened wood. There is I forget what you call the feathered bit. There's a feathered bit at the back, so it'll fly. But
Fletching.
the fletching, thanks you. But the point itself is actually just real sharpened wood. Potentially, it's the same colour wood that you've seen walking through this forest.
Okay.
Opening up the scroll, you find actually what looks to be a letter. And the letter reads, Kelvin, I have no one else. No one who will listen. No one who will help. They are coming for me. Each night more and more appear. Surround my tower, and they grow more bold. Always watching with their giant eyes. Always out of reach. I need your expertise, your fire. Before we parted, you were testing a concoction, a liquid that would burn the very air. I have no doubt you mastered it. You always were the most committed one. If you could bring it to me, give me a supply large enough to send them a message, surely they'll leave me alone. It'll be like old times, you and me against the world. Please, your brother, Sol.
Names mean anything to us?
No, they don't. No, you haven't met anybody in your travels or previously by these two names, certainly none who are brothers. This looks like a local bit of information or a local problem.
So it was written by a guy named Soul.
Yeah.
He sounds pretty lonely and scared.
Near here.
He sounds like someone that we could sell a bunch of fire to. Do we know what Alchemist fire is? My character's aware of that. But...
No, not yet. Not yet. You know certainly that somebody was making something.
Yeah, looks like he's in trouble and would pay high dollar for the correct provision.
We could always look.
Extort the man. Somebody already shot his bird.
Would
We
you
should
like?
get him a bird.
Yeah,
Would
it's
you-
curious. They didn't shoot the bird to eat the bird. They left it here. So, yeah, someone did not want this communication getting out.
The bird had for his bird.
Would you like
Start
to?
digging a small grave for the bird. I use my staff to start digging a small hole, and then you try and nudge it in there without touching it.
Okay.
Can't be too careful. I have the rabies or the bird flu.
You guys will
The
know.
COVID is.
Your party will know that from the Wickwood directly southeast, you have the hamlet of Lapis. Going directly east, you have this Loch Meglen, and further south and east of those, you have two other hamlets, Amber and Burgundy. And there's another one or two forests in the local area.
Know of any tower?
You don't know of any towers at the moment, no.
Oh.
Are we on our way to anywhere in particular? If not, I would be making my way to the largest city, I think Lapis.
Yeah, so that's the area. That was your destination. That has been your destination since entering the Wickwood, to get yourself acquainted in the Bailiwick of Fennec and to see what opportunities arise. Travelling towards Lapis, and in reaching Lapis, you are met with it's a humble hamlet. It's certainly not a city. It looks like almost like a fishing village, with a few more businesses in there. You can see that there's an inn called the Flag and Stone. You can see that there's a blacksmith. You can see that there's a baker for food provisions, and you can see that whilst it's the middle of the day, most people are out tending to their farms or they're by this body of water, fishing, trying to be productive for their community. What would you guys like to do now you've arrived in Lapis?
Buy a Danish.
You can definitely buy a Danish. If you want to buy a Danish, you'd need to head to Mim's Oven Mitt. As you
It's a
approach,
mouthful.
it is a mouthful. It's 2 mouthfuls. As you approach, this is a pretty small, humble building. The wafting scent of cinnamon and sweet berry envelops you as you enter. There's a plump human man who turns and smiles at you, pulling a pan of oversized muffins from a stone oven. Welcome to Mim's Mitt. I'm Mim. Care for a fresh Mimbury muffin? They're my speciality, so warm and gooey. Here, try a sample with a dollop of butter. And he will tear one into 4 pieces and put some butter on for each of you and push them towards you.
Take it and I munch on it. Delicious! Absolutely delicious!
It is, yeah, it is good. It's delicious, and it feels like it's almost like a warm hug. It's welcomed you. You're feeling, you feel the heat from this freshly baked oven good coming through your chest into your extremities, and the sweetness and the texture of the pastry. It's a really pleasant experience. What?
I'll take 2.
Very good, very good. So you can have these are 2 silver apiece. You're certainly welcome to have some extras.
Great! It's 2 silver.
Well, yeah, it's hard work getting the flour out all the way here, but and the love, of course, that we put into it. But yeah, if you want to buy some.
In my day, I remember you could buy a muffin for about 50 copper.
Well, yes, that's
Like these muffins, though. And I put 2 silver down on the counter, and I say, I'll take 1.
perfect. You can add a Mimbury muffin, or however you want to describe it, to your character sheet.
Okay.
It'll give you.
Is that as good as a ration?
It's better. It's better. So it'll fulfill your food requirements for a day, and eating it will also heal a condition.
Oh, excellent!
Very nice.
I want a muffin haggle.
Go
How
for
about
it.
3 for 2? How about 3 silver for 2 muffins?
You make me a bartering roll. Let's see.
Let's see. Okay, there it is.
Well, seeing as it looks like you've travelled some distance from the look and the smell of you, maybe on this occasion. Yes, we can. I'll do that deal. I've just made a fresh batch. I've got plenty. Here, take these, and he will pass you those muffins. What brings you to Lapis? What brings you to Fennec? You look like you're new in town. Can I help you with anything other than these delicious muffins? That is.
I'm too busy eating one of the muffins.
Yeah.
Here for adventure.
Adventure. Oh, very good. Very good. Well, there's always adventure in isolated hamlets like this. That's why we have our blacksmith here, and that's often actually why we have the tavern over there. You might want to stop in and have a chat with some of the locals. Me, I try and keep myself to myself as much as possible. Just trying to feed the local population with some beautiful warm Mimbury muffins for just 2 silver apiece, apparently, except for today.
Silver. What are you say? Oh, Crisana. Okay, sorry. I played Crisana in a previous game. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look now. That'll just be Lady Halfling. It's just 2 silver there, please. Unless you want to make me a roll.
No, I'm just going to enjoy my sample. Thank you. It is
Oh,
excellent.
you're eating the sample. I
But-
beg your pardon. Yeah.
But I need to save my funds for. I have limited funds.
Of course, that's understandable. It's not for everybody. The Mimby muffins. You can get more modest accommodation and more modest food, but again, that would certainly wouldn't be here. We look for the artisan in art.
If we find him.
If you find him.
Remind me, what was the name? The first name on the list? Who Saul was writing to?
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Would you mind typing that in Discord so
Of
that
course.
I can go back and check it later?
There you go. And I'll move you all across here. You are currently in Lapis here.
Hey, Mr. Mim, is there a tower nearby?
There are a few towers in Fennec. Yeah, absolutely there are. There's Ravenlock Tower to the north. You've got Coralholm Tower, which is quite a distance. That one northwest of us here. It said that there was a little bit of a disturbance between the two residents of the two towers. I think it was something to do with a woman coming between them or something along those lines. But they're fairly isolated. The two who live up there. There's a tower in the hamlet of Amber as well, which functions more like a lighthouse, I suppose, to keep us all safe while we're on the loch. You can never be too careful. It's a wild world up there.
Do you know the families that live in these towers?
There's two. They're not families. They're rather estranged people. One. Let me get the names up here. So 1 second. One of them is Kelvin Belmont. He resides in the Tower of Ravenhook. And the other one is Solomon Belmont, who resides in Coralholm, which is the far more distant of the two towers.
Both have the same last name. Is it some sort of interfamily problem?
Well, yes, it's quite nasty business, I think, actually, and they'll come closer to you, hushing their tone so as not to be seen as a village gossip and say. As I said, it's meant to be a woman who has come between them, the two brothers, the Belmonts. It got quite fiery at one point. They seldom come to Lapis. Often they'll send for some supplies to be sent up, and we have some of the younger villagers take it up to them. More Ravenhook than Coralholm, although occasionally we'll send some to Coralholm. Coralholm relies more on our docks here. It's far safer to take it on the boat than it is on the roads that far. But yeah, quite nasty business. I don't think they
it would make make a lovely song, don't you think?
Well, a tragedy perhaps, yes.
Mm. So have you heard of somebody in a tower called Kelvin? Or
Yes.
Saul?
Yes, that'll be there. Kelvin.
Yeah, Kelvin and Ravenhook and Soul and Carol.
Along the Blue Rock
Excellent.
Mountains, yes.
Are these the local lords of the area?
No. There's not. We don't have much government really, other than we tend to sort things out amongst ourselves mostly. The tower there's no real significance other than isolation, I suppose. Calvin used to he was known as something of a healer, something of an alchemist, and Soul's always been a bit more strange. He uses the occult. He can use magic He's a bit more of your traditional isolated mage, if you know what I mean. Someone to be feared or worried about if they were to walk into town.
Interesting. So tell me, do you think that we could find some sort of patron or something in town, somebody who needs help from adventurers?
Yeah, you should check out the pub. Bella Bluefeather. He's the proprietor of the Flag and Song. He'll keep you right. There's normally one or two in there who can tell you of what the happenings and the comings and goings in Lapis.
Excellent. You are a very informative muffiner,
No.
baker.
Muffin man.
All I do is bakes and looks. Would you like to head to the pub? Chrisana would.
That sounds like the next stop.
Nice. Opening up the doors, the pub is a lot larger than the bakery. Opening up the doors, you're met with some music and some warmth as there's a fire going. Behind the counter, you can see that there's a stout dwarf with a toothy grin. He's wearing a dark leather apron. He's got an ebony beard which is braided in 2 twisting cords. With a friendly nod, he beckons you forward. What'll it be then, my lappies? Pint of songbird, night in a feather bed. Got it all at the old flagon.
Well, actually, we came in looking for some sort of job. We're adventurers.
Oh, are you? Oh, very good, very good. Well, there's certainly plenty of work around. I've got some supplies I could use moving. Are you sure I can't trouble you for a drink first? I'd like to make a bit of my money back before to hand it to you.
How much? What is the least expensive beverage you can sell me?
Oh, I see.
We're a little bit coin short right now.
Well, I tell you. Let me pour you a pint of Songbird. This is our speciality. Whilst it might not be the least expensive, I can do you a half pint actually. Give you a little bit of a taste. Perhaps it will encourage you to stick around when you have a bit more coin, and you'll see as he starts pumping this equipment behind the bar and creating 4 half pints of Songbird and putting them in front of each of you in turn. The bar itself split over 2 levels so that dwarves and halflings can stand comfortably and exchange drinks and money, and a slightly higher one for humans and other kin where Aiden perhaps is resting. Could you would you humour me? Do you know? I mean to cause no offence to you, to the shorter in your party, but what would you call a halfling fortune teller who's escaped from a prison? Have you any idea?
At all.
A small, medium, at large. Oh, cheers! Yeah, get a songbird down your neck. Come on, let's have a drink.
Silvertongue picks up her beverage, sniffs it, and then tastes and says, "Delicious."
Thank you. We make it ourselves. It's I'm quite proud of that one actually. It's what brings the people to Lapis from the other hamlets. We only sell it here actually. It's quite special, and in fact it's a keg of this that I need to transport up to Kelvin and Ravenlock.
Wow.
Very
We might be able to help transport. Yeah.
Oh,
How busy is the pub, and is there someone who's lit, half drunk? Is there anybody playing dice, playing cards?
Yeah, so there's you can see an elf bard in the corner with a harp, and they're just plucking some tunes. You can see that they've probably had a little bit more wine than they should have by this part of the day. It's still pretty early on in there. As they're strumming, they're hitting a couple of bum notes, trying to figure out how these words and these notes can go together. In the corner, you can see hooded, but for a yellow bill coming out, poking out from the edge of this hood, a cloaked figure sitting in the shadows, smoking a long pipe. He's wearing a dark jacket underneath his hood and some leather gloves, and you can see that he's got a spear that's leaning against his table. And then, certainly more interested, you can see at a larger table with scrolls open on the table, somebody with a quill, frantically making notes or impressions and paying attention to the four of you as you're new here.
Chrisana would like to take her half pint and go sit at the table next to the dark, broody mallard figure and strike up some conversations. Say, hey, we're in town looking for work, and you look like someone who might have some work that I might be able to help you with.
Oh, quite the opposite, actually. I'm also looking for work. My ship. Well, after what happened to my vessel, I need to raise some coin. I want to get back out to the ocean. It's where I am destined to be. It's where I'm meant to be. But instead,
you're
I
a
found
sailor.
myself here. I am the sailor. I am Goglin Dorn. If you haven't heard of me, you should have. People haven't travelled as far as they ought to advertise my services. I can do anything that's possible to be done on a boat on the water. And who are you, may I ask?
We're a group of travelers. We're down on our luck, but we've come to town in search of work. My companions are talking to the barman up there. It sounds like he might have a touch of work that I'm happy to help with, but it just doesn't quite fit my normal style.
Okay.
You know, so.
What's your normal style?
Well, I just like to find deals, and I like to find money where it can be easily made. So, what do you know of the entertainer here? You know, this elf entertainer.
Well,
Are you aware of her? How long has she been here?
yeah, Sarah's local. She's from Lapis. She's trying to cut her teeth as a bard, but it's there's not a lot of competition, which is why you can see his eyes squint slightly as another bum note is hit, which is why we tend to just let her crack on. It's better than nothing. Nobody wants to drink in silence.
So we stopped in at the local bakery, and the gentleman there said something about the government. You know, was very light. Are there guilds that are running the town? If not an organized government, is there a thieves guild, or is there a guild that runs the town?
No, there's no guild that runs the town. We've got Muzzle. He's in the Claw and Hide. He's the blacksmith. He's the opposite of a thief, I suppose. He's never really liked them, and I can see why. He spends a lot of time making his weaponry and his armor and his tools that we use in our farms. We're simple people. If ever we need to decide anything, we just come into the flagon song. Most of us are in here most nights anyway. Those of us who aren't, because we are with children. But if there's things to be discussed, that's generally in here, and we'll hold a consensus, and that's what's done. Certainly,
Understandable. I just was in, with the lack of government power, I feel some group would step up to fill the need.
Well, not yet. it's just lovely actually that we can all just speak and decide on what's we don't always all agree, of course, but if you approach it with a level of understanding, you can normally get by for the most part.
I appreciate the insight.
Oh, not at all, not at all. That's absolutely fine. And he'll sort of just swill his glass around, which is now 2/3 empty. And he won't look directly at you, but his eyes will sort of move to your chest or your shoulders, implying.
Uh-huh.
Yep. What would everybody else like to do?
Can you tell us about your boat?
Yeah, I could tell you about my boat. Yeah, I was ferried a couple of people out to it's probably maybe three days journey from here. There's a magical tower actually that comes out of the water. They told me it comes out of the water once every 20 years and it disappears after 2 hours. They wanted me to drop them off there and then wait for them, but well, truthfully I didn't really like the look of them, and all kinds of things started happening, and it was all I could do to try and keep the boat off the rocks and get it back towards the Bailiwick of Fennec. And we took on some water, and there was something in the water that tried to, well, I think it tried to eat me, truth be told. It chucked me out somewhere on the Serpent River, and I had to walk my way back, watching my boat in pieces flow down towards the loch. It's terribly sad.
Well, Christiana will put her hand on his arm and say, I would love to hear this tale, but unfortunately my pint is about empty. I was just, I would love to hear if any adventurers made it out of this tower and how you heroically survived.
Yes. Well, I don't know if they made it. They've not made it here yet, anyway, and that was a couple of weeks ago, actually. So I guess we'll wait and we hope. May the sisters hold you, he says as he nods to you.
Mm-hmm.
Silvertongue has been listening to the elf,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of wanders over there
Okay.
and takes out her flute and like twirls it on her fingers for a minute.
Oh God, here we go again.
A fellow musician, says this female elf. Almost half of her, the first half of her sentence is welcoming, and the second half of her sentence comes to the slow realization that competition just walked into the pub. How nice to meet you. How nice. Have you played long?
And you are?
I'm Sarah Fallow. I'm the bard here in these parts here.
Oh,
So,
the only one?
So all you need is one. So
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But then there's not a band.
One is too many, if you ask me.
I don't know. What I did.
Would you? How about a nice competition?
Oh, okay, right. What do you propose there? What's even your name? I don't know who you are.
I'd introduce myself. I'm Silvertongue.
Oh, hello, Silvertongue. Are you a singer or are you a poet?
Well, I sing a little, but mostly I let my flute do my talking.
Oh, flute, yes. Yes. Not quite as complicated as this here lark, but I understand. This lyre, I beg your pardon. What did you have in mind as competition? A little battle of the bards?
Well, I thought perhaps that we could mimic each other. I do a tune, and you mimic it. Then you do a tune, and I mimic it.
Okay. Shall I start or shall you start? Who shall begin playing?
Okay.
Do you want to give me a what's the name of the check you have to make for a mutant?
Performance, I imagine.
That's it, performance. Do you want to give us a performance check, please?
Oh, I failed.
Maybe the songbird that you've been drinking is messing up your mouth as you're trying to attach it to your flute and hit all the notes that Seraph is playing. It's difficult because the notes that she's playing as she makes her mistakes aren't actually, they don't belong to chords altogether. There are some imposters in there, so you struggle to try and keep up with her. And as she stops, she starts laughing. Cheers! And she picks up her glass of wine and swirls it around a little bit and takes a gulp. You see some red wine pouring down the side of her mouth as she's missed slightly. Maybe you
Been warmed up yet. Let's try again. And so I play something
Go
for
for
her
it.
to follow.
Sure.
Maybe
Nice.
Maybe I was just being bad for her to be sucker her in.
Okay. Right. Are you hustling? Is this a hustle? What is this? You know that can't be played on a lyre.
No, I'm just trying to get her measure, so to speak. But
yeah.
it wasn't a hustle at the beginning. I really was, but it's beginning to turn into something.
You get the impression that when she started playing and she was making her mistake, she's probably just blagging it as best as she can. And then you've played something that's genuinely a piece of music. And she's just not anywhere near as skilled as you to follow that piece of music. Maybe the first roll for her was more luck and error, and you're bringing some actual talent and absolutely nailing it. Is there anything you want particularly to happen with that critical success on performance?
I would like her to see that I really am not a professional, that I know what I'm doing, and if she wants help, I will be willing to help her with her performance skills.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, she receives that gratefully. Wow, the way you put you transition between the chords. It's maybe when my head is less filled with this wine, you can help me. I struggle with the complexities of songs sometimes.
Absolutely. And she and I can go off into a corner and like play with each other, so to speak. Her with her lyre and me with my flute.
Yes, thank you for
Not good way to put it.
reiterating the last bit. Chrisanna, do you want to make a persuasion check on the against Goblin Dawn to see if he will buy you a drink?
If I can get a 1 or a 20, yes. I did not.
Yeah. Oh. Work is almost as hard to come by as a full pint in this place. And he swirls his drink around, which you can see is still 2/3 empty.
Oh, that was performance, but persuasion is the same thing. So.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
Aodin, what are you doing while you're here?
I'm really achy from walking, however far we've traveled. My patience is growing thin with my lively. I'm like the odd man out here. Like, I've got a very lively party of halflings that I'm sure there's a story here if we were playing a long campaign.
There definitely is.
I'm sure there's a story here that would come to pass. But like, I'm irritable. I'm achy. I don't drink. He believes alcohol, but he's regretting traveling with such an energetic group of halflings. He's like, why do I? He just wants a nap. He's not really necessarily interested in work. He's sitting there. He's wishing he had another muffin, but he doesn't want to eat the one in his pocket. And maybe he would smoke on his pipe, I guess, or just kind of nod off, like trying that. But he can't.
Okay.
His flute playing is not really resonating with him.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's perfect.
I mean, technically, if you really want to, you could just go up and get a room.
Yeah, get a room where you can sit by the fire. Shadow.
Yeah,
That's
that
probably
sounds
what
fair.
you do.
Right. But in there is another individual in the bar there, like a mage-looking individual with a bunch of scrolls on the desk. Table.
Yeah, not a mage looking particularly. They so the you have the impression this person is, their eyes have been sort of flitting between all of you as they're looking at you, and they are the eyes of a small female halfling sitting across the room. She's wearing like traveling gear. She's got a large pack of scrolls and papers at her side. As you look up nervously, she'll quickly avert her gaze to the floor and then around the pub in a pretty obvious way that someone's just been looking at you, before her eyes return to the paper on her table, which again she returns to scrolling. She's got black moppy hair, which is sort of in a bob, and she's working quite intensely on this paper on the table.
Well, not getting a drink out of the sailor, Chrisana will make her way over with her, with just a touch left in her half pint, and greet the fellow halfling with all the paperwork and introduce herself and be as flirtatious as she can and friendly as she can, in hopes of eventually getting this halfling to buy her a half pint and or tell her more about the town.
Okay. The halfling will introduce themselves. My name is Jotlin Thistle. I wouldn't say I live here, but I've been staying in the Flagon Song for a good while, working on this, and she'll really proudly unroll a map of the area, which is in fact the screen you guys are currently on now.
Yeah. I'll ooh and ah and tell her it's impressive.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Tell me, I also do portraits. Would you mind if I took an impression of you? If I did a...
And I'll kind of shy away and say, I'm not just yet. I appreciate the offer, and I wouldn't mind, you practicing with, making a portrait of me. But I'm just getting to know you, so let's hold off on taking my impression just yet. So, and then I'll tell her that, hey, yeah, we're here looking. We're travelers. We've come to town. We're a little light on coin. We're looking for work, for employment. We have various skills, and we're not afraid of work. But yeah, we are looking for a means to make some coins. Is map making your current employment? Is that what someone has hired you to do?
Yeah, that's quite right. Although I sort of go before people hire me, so I have the map. It takes a while, you see. This has been a month's work. It's the color, it's the blending. It increases the value of the map quite a lot when it's so beautiful. But yeah, I think the well, I heard Bella mention something about some supplies needing to go to Ravenlock Tower.
Yes. We were discussing helping him with a supply run. But I wanted to introduce myself and and just learn a little bit more about the people of the town.
That's definitely understandable, particularly when there's people are so varied and interesting as they are here. And she'll start showing you portraits, and you can see that there's half a portrait of Aiden, who's been sat still for the longest, and sort of rough outlines of the rest of your party, as well as Goblin Dawn, and she'll point to the wall where there's a really beautiful picture of Bella Bluefeather, the innkeeper, which she's clearly worked on and is very proud of. It's a very interesting place. This have you, and of course you have the matron as well. The matron, I don't know if you know, the three sisters, the three hamlets around Loch Maglin, the three towns. They each have a rock beside the loch, which is why this place is called Lapis. It's because the rock is blue and it resembles a woman.
Interesting.
They all resemble women, which is why we call this place the Three Sisters. You might have heard people saying, asking the sisters to take care of you. It's just our culture. It's just how we look after each other in this place.
So are these three sisters, are they local legend? Is this a local religion? What's the story of the three sisters?
Well, we think we believe the rocks might resemble some maybe the founders of Fennec, the founders of Ballywick, those who started our communities here many years ago, or indeed they might be spirits who look after our community after it's been started. There's not really. It requires a little belief, I suppose. But if you're here long enough, soon you'll find yourself falling into asking them to take care of you. There's nothing else really other than Muzzle to take care of you in this place, and certainly at times we need the help. There's tales of all kinds of wickedness north of us, so it's it's just our culture, I guess you could say.
Okay. What time of day are we? Midday, afternoon?
Maybe just after lunch, 2 o'clock-ish, maybe something like that. Bella eyes you all and pulls out a barrel of Songbird, and you can see that written across it. It's got Ravenlock Tower. This is ready to go when you guys are. No rush, of course. But Calvin, I imagine, will want to have a glass of it this evening.
Oh.
So the tower is a short journey from town.
Yeah, you probably be 5 or 6 hours to get there. I would have thought. It's as long as you stay clear of Wickwood on the west, you'll be all right. Yeah, just stick on the road.
Only one shift?
To Ravenlock. Yeah, Ravenlock's one shift. Yeah.
Excellent. Before we go, could the elf and I, Shirana or whatever her name was, I didn't write it down.
Seraph, yeah.
Yeah, Seraphine. Yeah, could we like perform what the duo that we worked out while we were in the corner?
Of course you can. Give us a performance check. I'll get her to roll as well.
Okay, come on, play well.
It's rolled on it.
Oh, I played double well.
Dude.
And I already have a tick on that one.
Nice. And she's picking out the harmony as you're clearly leading this performance. But as you start playing a chord that she recognises, she'll chip in just like you've shown her to. Do you want to roll a d10?
Oops, I lost my mouse. There it is. 10.
Go low.
Go low is good. Bella will applaud you loudly, as in fact will most of those in the bar. You seem to have improved Sarah's performances, and they're hopeful that it'll improve it going forward. And they'll all sort of chip in, and you'll receive 8 silver pieces as a tip for your work as a bard. Yeah.
That's for muffins.
There's no wagon to help you. There's a little wheeled trolley, but it's something that you'll have to push, almost like a wheelbarrow, to try and distribute the weight slightly easier for you as you're moving.
Oh, before we leave town, can I run over to the muffin maker?
Of course you can.
Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
Yeah, the Muffin Man, and I'll buy with the 8 silver, I'll buy 4 muffins.
Nice, yeah, of course you can.
Spread them around to the group.
Wonderful.
Nice. So everybody gets a muffin, is that right?
Everybody gets a muffin. I have 2.
Cool. Okay, everyone gets one. You got 2. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, nice.
I do have the companion heroic ability. I could theoretically get something to pull the cart.
Yeah, you could. You definitely could. Let's have a quick look. Let me bring up companion quickly. Or are you able to click it in your character sheet just so that I can have a quick look?
No, I figured it out.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah,
It's been 3 willpower.
perfect. So if you want to use that, you absolutely can. You can find that there'll be like a slightly older donkey that might be used to turn over some of the fields nearby, which would be best suited. You can make a few adjustments to the cart, saddle it up, and it'd certainly carry the keg for you.
There we go.
Perfect. And Bella will say, when you come back, there'll be, of course, Songbird will be waiting for you, and I will pay you our regular going rate, which is
So before we head out, are we collecting payment from the gentleman at Ravenhook, or has this already been paid for?
well, no, it's been paid for. He sends me pigeons. He sends me pigeons
Okay.
and ravens. Ravens often carry the instructions, and pigeons often carry the money. So once this reaches him, he'll send a bird. He'll probably tell you he's going to send a bird, which will beat you to me, and on your return, I'll sort you out your cut.
Just wanted to be clear on our responsibilities of the collections.
Absolutely, or of course,
We are just delivering.
just delivering. Absolutely, that's quite right. Very good.
Who's got the scroll that we picked up on the road?
Was that Silvertongue? Didn't you pick up the scroll?
I believe she did.
I
Can you
did.
show this to the barkeep? It's and we talked to him about the dead bird, being that he just dropped an information that he gets messages by way of birds or pigeons or whatnot. Can we talk to him about that before we leave?
Yeah. What do you want to say?
I'm just gonna tell him we found one of your carrier birds. It didn't make it,
Oh dear. Well,
and it had this scroll on its foot and an arrow in its belly. I buried it, kinda.
that's very good of you to bury it. A bird. And he'll hold his hand out, looking at you quizzically for the scroll.
To him.
I nudged the appropriate halfling.
Okay.
It didn't say. You know, it didn't seem to be heading towards the town. It seemed to be addressed to his brother. So we could bring the scroll to him and give it to him when we bring him the ale.
Curious if the barkeep would know if the barkeep. I'm curious if the barkeep has, if it's typical for these birds to get shot out of the sky. If he could give us information on who would do such a thing, something like that.
Yeah. So
the tavern keepers hear a lot of.
Anna knows exactly who would do some of those things. But somebody like her would shoot the bird out of the sky that might be carrying money.
You just found out birds do carry money. Yeah, he doesn't look pleased to find that to hear that a bird's been shot and killed. He'll tell you it's not something that happens often. There have been rumours of trouble up north. There's been strange things happening at night recently, noises. But
the arrow that was in the bird didn't have an arrowhead on it. It was just plain wood sharpened at the end with just a little bit of fletching on it. Would that bring anything to mind?
Not to me. Not. Sounds rudimentary though. It sounds.
It does. Yes, it looked rudimentary.
Maybe that's good news. Maybe they're whoever's responsible is, or whatever's responsible is not particularly tooled up.
This arrow wasn't oversized or anything. It was just a regular size arrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm ready to go. And I take the note back and put it back into my pouch.
Yep. So before we head out, Chrisana will tell the group about the beautiful map. It's available for purchase. I don't know how much it costs, but it might be helpful. Chrisana would also like to ask the bartender where she might be able to purchase a sling, as hers has recently broken and she would love to replace it.
You can get a sling from Muzzle, the blacksmith. He's 2 doors down as you go out, just on the left-hand side. He'll absolutely. He's got a few bits and pieces that he
Wonderful.
Creates and whittles.
To just move things along, how much would a sling cost? And can I add a
Yes.
sling to my sheet?
You can definitely add a sling to your sheet. I'll look up the cost now for you. And in terms of the map, you can purchase the map for 5 silver pieces if you would like to.
4. That would make me totally out of silver, but I've got 4 right now.
Well, I'm happy to donate a silver. I have 2 silver, but I want to see how much a sling cost. I know a map could be helpful, so if I wanted to chat with a group and maybe pool our monies together to purchase the map.
Sling is 1 silver.
Sweet. I'm happy to use my 1 silver for a sling and use the other silver for a map because I cannot eat silver. So.
So, anybody else want to donate a silver so I'm not totally out of money?
You can donate a couple.
Cool.
And
So, am I giving up all 4 silver?
I'm giving 2.
Okay, 2. Okay, so that would be 3, so I do 1 more. And you said it was 5 silver, so 2 more for me.
Perfect, she says. As Jotlin cradles the coins and you pass them, it isn't finished, you see. It would normally be slightly more, but perhaps you can return it to me afterwards and I can finish it for you. It's more of a pride thing, I suppose. To have my name attached to it, I like it to be the way it is. But of course, you need to work. You need to make some money. So please, and she'll start rolling this map up, and she'll hand it over to you. Chrisana, are you good adding the sling to your character sheet, or do you want me to pull it over?
Oh, it did pull over. I just didn't see it, so now I've got 2.
Perfect. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, who wants to carry the map? Maybe we should give it to the Archmaster.
Sure. Unless we have a scout or one of these halflings. We have a charismatic bard. We have a staff.
Whoever's got some bushcraft.
Do we have a ranger-like scout?
You can. I mean, mechanically, you can use it as a group, so you can just say who's going to make the roll.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Whoever's got the best bushcraft can use the map to get a.
Well, that's not me.
No, I'm sitting at a 6, so anybody better than a 6 is what I'm.
I'm like a 5.
I'm a 5.
Yeah, if we're all crap at it, we really need the map. So yay, map.
Yes.
I got a
definitely.
14.
Wow. Maybe it's because you're
Oh, yeah.
taller, you can see more.
The intelligent wizard over there has a decent bushcraft.
Okay, so
Which is really phenomenal. Which is really unbelievable because I'm deaf as shit.
Yeah, maybe you're an old druid, So
It's heightened your senses, your other senses, your keen eye. Okay, you guys want to start heading off with this barrel?
yes.
Okay, perfect. Archmaster, do you want to open your character sheet in the top left section, give yourself a boon, and then make a bushcraft roll, and then remove the boon afterwards?
Oh, you have to click onto the sheet after you give yourself the boon, otherwise it doesn't apply.
and we're just gonna follow the road, right?
You
Through
are.
the tower.
Yeah.
So,
Technically, you wouldn't necessarily need to make it, but yeah, we'll. So you roll the 10, which is a success. So you guys follow the road north. As you follow, it takes a number of hours. The sun starts slowly setting, and as it starts slowly setting, you make out far north, as you expect by this map. You're impressed actually that even the turns on this road are fairly well represented by your journey. You come to a fork in the road. One fork goes left, one fork goes right. Turning left, I'm assuming, to go to Raven Hook Tower. You make out a jagged tower which looms in the distance. It's tall and it casts a large shadow as you get closer upon the surrounding valley. At its base, there's an oversized wooden door, and the door is slightly open. As you draw closer,
By a field of tombstones.
they're no, they're not tombstones. They're do you know? I don't even know what they are. I think they are sort of like.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just thought
they're pieces of rock wall that has been deteriorating over time, and yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
Milestones in
Makes
rock
sense.
walls. Maybe that's why the tower was here. Maybe there's something significant in that. You can see it through the cracked door. Two eyes peering out of darkness, looking at you, or looking in your direction. The door opens slightly, and shuffling out comes a dishevelled old man with grey hair, slicked back into a bird-like plume atop his head, wearing
Yeah,
a
this
burgundy
guy.
robe.
I elbow the bard and say, "Greetings and salutations, please."
size him up as an old man sizes up another old man.
Mm.
Oh, we got your booze.
Well, yes, I see you do.
Anything else?
What was that? Sorry.
We found a dead bird that had a note attached to it, and it seemed to be addressed to Kelvin. And I pull out the note and I hand it to him.
Oh, I see. He picks it up as if you're a neighbour delivering an open letter that's been left at their house instead of yours, suspiciously eyeing you, and he takes a minute as he reads over it, his face becoming more and more concerned.
You've been giving me the side eye.
Well, who said that? And you can see the sort of cataract eyes as he looks up and down at your party.
Can you read that thing? Would you like me to read it to you?
I can read it. Let's have a look here, Calvin. I have no one else. Well, no one will listen. No one who will help. They're coming for me each night. More appear surrounding my tower, and they grow more bold, always watching with their giant eyes, always just out of reach. I need your expertise, my fire. Before we parted, you were testing a concoction, a liquid that would burn the very air. So it would be like old times. Soul. Oh, this is most concerning. It appears my brother is in some danger. He'll look at the Archmaster and say, please, if you could just load the keg just inside the doorway, that would be perfect. Although it does appear we have some more pressing things to discuss, perhaps. Tell me, are you always delivery people? I don't recognise you from Lapis. You seem to be fairly well equipped. I see a sling. I see some daggers. I see a walking stick, I think, on the old man.
Walking stick.
We came to this area to find some coin. We're adventurers, and the innkeeper, the name person of the tavern, gave us, he gave us this job to bring you this thing, and we had to come here anyway to deliver the note.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I guess that's to you. Not wanting to make a poor taste joke, but you've killed two birds with one stone there, I suppose. Well, tell me, if you haven't much else on, I could certainly use your help with this. As a result of this letter, I have a small collection of oddities and potions. It seems my brother has asked for some of my fire flasks to help defend himself in his tower. He's some distance away though. He's in Coralholm. Due west, you'll have come across the fork in the road. It's the other arm you want to take. Would you be so kind as to deliver this? I have a horse. I have a cart. I can upgrade your logistical standing, and I can. Let me see. And he puts his head back into this tower, and you hear some rattling and some things being kicked over. Oh, where is it? There, right. And he comes back out. I can pay you, and you hear some coins clinking in a little pouch he's holding.
Chrisana's ears perk up as she hears paid and coins in a pouch.
Well, obviously, normally, whilst it's a day's ride away, it's I can give you 30 gold now, and on if you help my brother resolve whatever issue he's got going on, and he sends good word back to me, I can give you the same again on your way back to Lapis. It's really no problem. I'm able to afford that, and I can give you Gummer, my best pony. I'll hook him up to the cart over there and load the fire flasks on top of it, and yes. Would you help an old man out? And he sort of looks at Eden up and down.
A donkey in the cart we've already got.
Well,
You gonna hold on to that for us?
We can cart here and then bring it back to the bar when we finish this job.
yeah.
Hold on to it for us.
We're
liable for this donkey and cart we've already got. You want to give us another cart? We can't be taking both.
Yeah, I can hold on to it, absolutely. Yeah, we can put it in I'll put it in the stables. It's no problem. It's just not big enough. Your cart it's more of a hand cart.
Trying to say.
Oh well. I think
So we're delivering more supplies than that hand cart can handle.
That happens.
and he'll go around to the side of the tower and lead out a pony which looks much more the style of thing you'd want to be riding behind, and start hooking it up to a large cart capable of carrying a good amount of stuff. May I count you? Is that a yes?
Oh yeah.
Aye.
Perfect. Very good. Yes, thank you. And he'll go back into his tower now, and he'll start bringing out these crates of potions. And the potions are there's a blue bottle, and inside that blue bottle is you can see a turquoise liquid with a small cork on it. Inside the turquoise liquid, you can see pink hues and slightly darker hues, as there are a few different components that, while they clearly are mixing and reacting to each other, they're not dissolving into each other. He'll load up 10 of these potions onto
bottles.
Onto the back of the crate, and he'll tell you these are my fire flasks. These are you must be careful with these. These are they're fire flasks. They'll catch on fire, so do be careful. My brother is as I said, a day's ride west of here.
So does one have to light them, or do they? If they break, are they going to spontaneously combust? I mean, how worried do we need to be about these containers?
It's on contact with a large amount of oxygen, a large amount of air, they'll combust. They won't blow anybody. They won't blow a tower up like this, but you don't want it to land on you, surely.
So, evening is approaching. I doubt we can get there before the sun sets. We may be able to travel part of the way, but do you happen to have any supplies that might help us on this journey? Bedrolls, a tent, some furs, as we have to sleep outside. We are unfortunately ill prepared to camp outside overnight.
I can. Let me have a look. I'm not one for much of an outdoorsy man, but I can certainly see what I've got.
I mean, an old blanket or a tarp, anything would help.
Yeah, he'll pull out a tarp that you could fashion into a large tent, enough for the 4 of you to be able to rest under.
How about something to eat along the way?
I mean, this is
We might get hungry. A little
you
trail snack.
you might, yes. It does sound like my brother is in some danger, and he'll sort of fondle around, and you'll bring out a plate that's got 6 biscuits on it and a couple of hard toffees. You're welcome to these, and he'll just hand you the plate, Aiden.
Sure.
Yeah.
I take it. I take it. I think,
Quite generous.
biscuits
Thank
are gonna make me thirsty.
Yeah.
What about something to drink?
you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Sure.
He'll eye you all suspiciously and say, "Sure," and give you a cup of water each, but with no way to seal it, and he'll just hand it to you as he. It'll help with the biscuits, which, as you sort of touch and look at, are breaking apart and soft, like they've been left out for a week or so.
I grumble to myself as I get on the pony. Who's driving?
All right, so I'm assuming we can throw the tarp and such into the wagon, so we don't, because I know I can't carry it.
Yeah.
Are we ready to make our way?
I think so.
Do we have another shift of travel before it's dark, or what are we looking at?
Yeah, so you can travel for a shift, definitely. Aiden, if you want to make another bushcraft roll, you can do.
Okay.
You've got a map, so you still get advantage on it. So give yourself the boon again.
What season are we in? Is it light till late? What does the hunting situation look like?
It's light until about 10 o'clock at night.
So we're summertime, we'll say.
Yeah, you arrived at Ravenhook probably at about 7ish, we'll say 6 or 7 o'clock. So you've got, maybe a shift before it starts to get dark, properly dark, that is. With the 3, you managed to get yourself some way across to where the fork in the road is, back over here, or just past the fork. Then we'll say the map is slightly artistic and not entirely to scale for the shifts of travelling. And it's now starting to become dark. Too dark, or dark enough that it makes it hard to travel. You can still travel if you want to, but you would risk becoming tired, which would make things slightly more complicated.
I will pull out the tarp and hold it up and then look at the Archmaster and say, do you have any clue how to set this up into a tent? Hoping that he'll make a bushcraft roll too.
Yeah.
So with tent poles, yeah. I wish this was a whole like mini campaign. I'd like to explore the whole map with you guys. I would just be a grumpy ass wizard, dude. Sure.
Yeah, give us another bushcraft.
Let's see.
This lovely.
Sweet. We are sleeping in a tent.
I tell him how to do it, but I don't do it. I'm like the old man that's sitting there like, you should have done it that way. No, don't do that. Like this.
And you guys
You get a lot of side eye as you're giving it.
You guys are settling down for the night. As the night passes, you are able to get yourselves 6 or 7 hours of good sleep. Let me just solve the roll that we've got here. 1 second. As you are under your tent, you start hearing a large downpour of rain from the sky. It's potentially going to make travelling in the morning a little bit harder with the wet ground and the wheels of your cart. Wrapping up as you are underneath your tent, you're able to sleep through it for the most part. But for your next bushcraft, your next travelling roll, it would be made at disadvantage, which basically makes it a straight roll. Morning comes, the sun rising.
Praise the Three Sisters for that tent.
Yeah, exactly. The Gummer, the pony, stands wet, looking unimpressed, neighing at you and kicking its feet into the ground, as your cargo remains intact at the moment. Do you want to make me, unless there's anything anybody would like to do before you move off? It'd be another.
I'd like to cover the goods in the wagon with the tarp.
No probs. You cover the goods in the wagon.
Could be rained on last night. Okay.
The tent protected us, and now the tarp protected us, and now the tarp will protect the goods.
There you go. Erden, when you're ready, would you like to make another bushcraft roll, please?
3 this time.
Yeah, this
Three
time.
sisters protect us.
Well, what was the saying? May the sisters hold you. Ooh. Well, either of those would have worked, so that's fine. You're able to continue. So you now are getting just after midday. Maybe you want to stop for some rations, or maybe you want to continue. How are you guys?
Fried up corn things before we biscuit things before they get even worse.
How are you guys spending the time?
Does Shadow Bolt want to go hunting for provisions, or do we want to continue traveling?
We got food here, so I don't necessarily need food right now. Unless someone wants some meat along with the...
Class is Shadow. So we got a bard, a wizard, and a rogue type deal.
And a ranger. A ranger-esque type.
Ranger, okay.
Shadow Bolt is the ranger, I believe.
Yes. Though she does have a bit of stealthy stuff.
Okay. Do you want to make? Would you like to make a roll, Shadow, or are you good carrying on?
Sure.
Give us a hunting
Yes,
interest.
we
Let's see if you see any game as you guys are traveling.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, so you succeed. So then, if you would like to make me a D4 roll.
So with the push is because you've got the parentheses that says shadow in your name. If you took the parentheses out, all that stuff would go away.
Oh, the extra characters in the chat box.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Shadow, you have managed to secure yourself 3 rations worth of fox meat. So you see, as you're riding along with Gummer the pony leading the way, you find a small warren of foxes, and you're able to fell one of them and harvest the meat towards the back of this transport as you're moving. You can add 3. You can add 3 rations to your sheet, or you can hand them out as you'd like to.
I'll hold on to them for now, but we can... If anyone asks, I'll hand one over.
Awesome. Does anybody else want to do anything while you're riding along?
I could practice with my flute.
Yeah, give us a performance check.
Yep.
And see how your practice goes.
A little bit off today.
Oh God, it never ends.
I imagine you do that while Shadow bolts away.
Not Chrisana is just keeping her head on a swivel, watching for beast or any waylayers that may try to ambush us.
Sure, go for it. Make me an awareness check. Let's see how aware you are. You are aware. As you are travelling along, you think that you can see some shadows ahead of you. I'll give you each one action that you'd like to take. Chrisana, what's your reaction to seeing something moving to the northwest?
Oh yeah, I make the party aware of it, and I pull out my sling.
Okay. Everybody else you see coming around the corner a warg with a goblin on the back of it, and you see coming from the other side of you 3 goblins who are making for Gummer and your cargo, and in fact you as you stand there. Let me get everybody some initiative as we go into some combat. Awesome. Chrisana, you're up first. Your awareness roll maybe gives you the advantage and you're able to do something.
Okay.
Could I steal Chrisana's card?
Chrisana, that's your call.
Yeah, I'm happy to pass, my turn if you have something that helps you go first.
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to use my musician skill.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Go, Bard, go.
Yeah, man, do your thing.
And
advantage to everybody.
And I will give everybody advantage on the their turn this round.
Okay.
Booms.
Nice. So you want to give everybody advantage rather than the enemy disadvantage.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay, cool. In that case, next up, we've got one of these goblins who are going to make their way towards you, Aiden. And they're going to take a swipe at you.
Apparently, they think the tall man is more dangerous than the little people.
They might not have seen all the little people. Not to continue making the little person joke, but yeah. They try and cut towards you, Aiden, with their short swords. Instead, they nick the tarp that you've put over your cargo, and they cut slightly along the covering of this cart that you've got. Next up, we have one of the other goblins, who now, seeing a hole in the cart, is going to try and attack you with their bow. Still into you, Aiden, as the largest and most obvious target. Their bow misses and shoots right through the other side of this of your cart, narrowly missing Silvertongue as you start playing your music to give everybody advantage. And Chrisana, it's now your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm sorry. Chrisana is going to wait, and she's going to pass and let one of these goblin scouts go first. She wants to go last.
Okay, so you can swap initiative with the Warg Rider if you want to, who's the last of the bad guys to go, or with one of your
I'll swap with one of my other guys in case they want to go first, and then if it comes my I only get to swap once, though, don't I? So
yeah, but I
think I already swapped with Shadow Bolt, so I guess I need to go.
Oh, Silvertongue then.
Or Silvertongue.
So yeah, Silvertongue. Right. What do you want to do then?
I want to jump off the cart. I want to move behind the goblins. I want to move next to this goblin scout that's harassing Master Archmaster Eoden.
Mm-hmm.
So 2, 4, and then we're going to stabby. Pretty sure I can use backstab here because I'm.
Yeah, you can.
I am next to it, so I'm going to use the backstab, and which I think will give me activate, attacked, 2 meters. I get a boon, so I'll have a double boon, and damage increased by 1 die. So all right, so we'll dagger with 2 boons. 2 and a dagger.
Ooh!
Congratulations!
Nice.
Roll 3 dice to get a crit. Now,
so you can attack. You can attack. You can do one of 2 things. You can either the attack will count as if
double the damage.
You can you see
damage.
you can attack twice. You can attack again, or you can pretend that it will ignore the armor basically. So it'll either deal 10 straight damage, or you roll your attack dice again to see if you can land a second hit.
I'm happy to attack again.
Go
So,
for it.
here we go.
Perfect, nice. That's enough to take this goblin out completely. Just how are you doing that? Describe it to us as we get rid of this.
Oh, while he's facing Archmaster Eodin, I just jumped down and we just take the dagger and just tap, you know, into his side, and he just
step. Was it good roll? Dagger.
Mhm. Yes.
You've surprised the goblins. They didn't know you were there, and one of them, the last of them, is grabbing their bow, and they're going to try and make an attack towards you, Chrisanna. And they succeed. I clicked the wrong thing. Never mind. We'll have to just do it like this. Dealing 4 points of damage to you.
Oh. So my leather armor reduces that by 1, so I'll be taking 3 damage.
Nice. Okay, cool. And then up,
There we go.
we've got this Warg Rider.
Not.
He's going to move. In fact, he can only move 10, so he's going to have to move to there. Silver Tongue, the Warg Rider, is coming towards you, unfortunately. Let me bring his attacks up. Oh, why did that not populate? The Warg Rider cries out in his goblin tongue, commanding all the remaining goblin scouts to stop what they're doing and instead to target your cart and what's inside of it. Until the Warg Rider's next turn, all the goblins focus their attacks on the cargo.
Apparently they want everybody to die.
Archmaster Aiden, you're up. What would you like to do?
It's a so the gust of wind thing is the gust of wind is a 10-meter cone. We're in feet on the board, and it doesn't tell me what degree.
So
I'll let you rule on that, Thomas.
Yeah, so it's every square is 2 meters.
Okay.
And it would sort of fan out, so it'd be 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. Yeah, there you
Is
go.
is a 45 degree cone acceptable?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
So we could just call it 10 feet. If that would be acceptable, what I'm showing there.
You have more range than that, so you can cover up to 5 squares.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so 25 feet
One,
on that
2.
then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so
in that,
25.
So yeah, you
So
can get all the way out to here.
yeah, the square behind the goblins would be the max range.
so yeah, so 25 feet, and so we've covered that's the distance. Are you happy with a 45?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Okay, cool. So let's see. So I'm gonna step off the cart.
Mhm.
Actually, I'll step off the cart. So I can barely get off the cart without falling on my old ass. And come around here and stand back, little one, and do my best to cast my haphazard geriatric old elderly magic.
Nice.
Let's see.
So how much
going-
power are you going to use to cast it? Power level 1, 2, or 3? Do you want 2d4,
Now
3d4?
it goes up. It doubles, doesn't it? Go up. So if it costs 2 willpower at 1, it's going to cost
4 at 2.
Let me read the description here real quick. So
Each additional power level increases the number of dice by 1.
yeah.
So
So let's see. Spell summons a gust of wind on.
And you can recover willpower on a round
Every
rest
time
or
somebody
next
talks,
turn.
I have to reread it. No. Against a swarm, the spell deals 2d6 damage. Additional power level increases the number of dice by 1. Okay. Spell. Okay. All right. So I'll cast it at rolled a 2.
Nice.
So, 2. And that's an 11.
Perfect. That goes off. So you now need to roll 3d4.
3d4.
Mm-hmm.
On these 2 knuckleheads right here.
Perfect. So they're going to fall back, or they're going to be pushed
Yeah, I
back.
think it pushes them back.
There and there, and then they're also going to take some damage.
Oh, they're a hardy bunch. That's it for me.
Okay. Shadowbolt. What would you like to do?
Hearing everything going on outside. Just gonna step out. So are they behind that rock? Is that a rock?
You could get line of sight to the one on the bottom as they're being thrown off if you want. So if you've got square to square, you can probably just about call that. Yeah, I'm happy if you want to take a shot against that.
A little bit closer, so I don't. So you get 1 boon. Should I grab the right one? Shoot at the bottom one.
Nice. Your shot takes it out. How's it doing that?
I got it straight in the head, or straight in the eye.
Nice. So it's lifted off the ground with the gust of wind from Archmaster Aiden, and as its body's turning over the rock behind it, you're able to loose an arrow, and you see the life disappear as it punches it through the eyeball, and it falls behind the rock. Let's get some new initiative done. Archmaster Aiden, you are up next.
Can I steal that one?
I'll trade with Silver Tongue.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Silver
We
Tongue.
won't
Alright.
offer trade,
we want
so-
Silver Tongue to go
Yes.
last this time.
So,
Well, I get, if I go first, then I can put a bane on them.
But if you go last, I believe your boon lasts until your turn.
Oh, that's true.
I just wanted to give it to her. I wanted to switch turns with her so that she could take an action because she's got a ward right in front of her face.
There's
But
also
if she
that.
doesn't want it, if she doesn't want it, that's fine.
She can also evade.
Technically, and the ward goes last anyways.
I'm gonna stumble up here on this rock here
Mhm.
and try and smack this one with my stave
Go for it.
or staff, stave, stick, broom handle.
Walking stick, I think we've called it. Ooh. You're able to break its bones. This thing is taken out. Nicely done, coming in and finishing your job. Are you doing it in any particular way, or are you just absolutely leathering it with your stick?
Yeah, I mean, just like a old man swinging a golf club.
Nice. Chrisanna, you're up next. 3 goblins are
she
dead
is.
around you. You can hear some
Yep.
animal noises coming
Gonna
from the other side.
move 2, 4, sneak under a horse, 6, 8 to get next to this warg, and now we're going to go stabby, stabby, backstab on the warg.
Nice.
So we'll use our backstabbing. We will have 2 boons, and then we'll stabby, stabby on with a dagger, and roll 9 damage. But I don't know if that. So I think I'm supposed to cannot be dodged or parried. I should roll 2d8 instead of a single d8. Does that show us how that damage is rolled?
No, that came as a D8 and a D6. Your attack's thinking.
Yeah, because I get the d8 for the knife. I get the d6 because of my agility damage bonus. So
Okay,
I think I should get another d8. So, we're doing /R d8.
Yeah. We'll add it.
It's just 1 more point, but it's something. So
It's still more.
Plus 10 damage.
Yeah.
All damage is good damage.
Yep.
Silvertongue, you're up. This warg is howling and moving the tarp and the covering as it tries to get into whatever's inside the cart. What would you like to do?
Going to use my musician skill again,
Mhm.
and this time I'm going to give them a bane.
Okay. Do you want to move, or do you want to stay there? If you move out of its range,
If I move, he gets an opportunity attack.
unless you
Right.
succeed in an invade roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it depends what you want to do with that, really. But,
Okay, then I'll move.
okay, make an evade roll. Either way, you'll get to move. But if you fail, you'll get an opportunity attack. Nice.
There you go.
And I'll jump off of the cart.
Cool. Warg Rider's up. Chrysana, you've just dealt a bit of damage, so he's going to come after you.
What?
And can't do the same thing twice.
Well, there's two.
Oh,
There's
Attacking with a bane.
Yeah, attack with the Bane. That's right.
I can't see your rolls.
No, I also can't see these rolls. They're not populating. Let me roll. I don't know if it's just how I filled in the character sheet. I'll roll 2d4 like this instead. Okay, so I get a 1. So the warg pounces onto the nearest player character, knocking them prone. The attack deals d8 bludgeoning damage. So, Chrysana, you're going to suffer 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
-1 for my leather armor, so I'm taking another 3.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be prone.
Yeah.
And then Shadowbolt, you're up.
shoot the Warg Rider.
Okay.
There's no boon this time.
There's no boon, yeah, that's correct.
That didn't work.
That's a crit fail, so I need you to roll a d6, please. 5.
5.
You accidentally hit a random player character or friendly non-player character. Roll for damage as usual, including a damage bonus. So we can use the 7 that we've got there, which includes your damage bonus. Activate its ability when dodging an attack, getting a boon to an evasion. You've already...
That's a halfling thing. All of us should have that.
Except for the wizards.
That's correct, but you can't evade because you've already acted. Silvertongue being the last person to act in your party this turn. So, Silvertongue, do you want to roll a d6 or a d4? Low numbers will be... sorry, not Silvertongue. Shadowbolt, roll a d6 or a d4. The low numbers will be Chrysana. The high numbers will be Silvertongue. You two are the only two that make sense in that sort of firing arc. 3. Chrysana, you're going to suffer 7 points of damage. Adjust with your armor.
Oh! Fuck.
You at 0 now?
I'm at 1. I am
Oh, good.
bleeding profusely.
And it's the Warg's second turn now.
Yeah.
You rolled a 2. The Warg Rider raises his horn to his lips, letting out a blood-curdling blast. At the start of the next initiative, add another Goblin Scout to the combat. And he is the last person to go. So we'll just get ourselves another Goblin Scout out. We can just heal this one. Bring him in on this side over here. Okay, perfect. Archmaester Aedin. As you stand back up after whacking that goblin, you can see just north of you another goblin responding to a blow on a war horn coming from the other side of the cart. What would you like to do?
Will you let me? So let's see. Void calling. Can? Oh, she's gonna have to make the. I want to raise a pillar under Kursana the prone. She's now the prone. When I played her, she was Kursana the timid. I played her timid as shit. She's scared of everything. I want to raise like a pillar under her and raise her up out of the warg's reach, but if I do that, I don't think there's any way to choose to avoid the agility roll or what have you to avoid falling. Am I correct, Thomas?
Yeah, there'd be a fall issue. There would be a fall issue.
Oh yeah, and if she failed, it would kill her, right? So that's not going to work.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think this would be a kill, but should be go back and go into dying.
Yeah, I'll be less than conscious. So
yeah, some things have a choose to, you know.
You could put the pillar on the warg.
I could put the pillar on the ward, but if that was going to be the case, what's my movement? That was movement 8 squares, so 40 feet, 8 times 5.
So it's every square is 2, so you'd be 4 squares.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to go to there, then that'll give you line of sight on the warg. Through the like the reins and everything, you'd still be able to get line of sight on it.
Right. Okay. Well, I got 2 characters down. We got 2 guys down there. Donna's up next. I don't think I can help him. So, not from here. So, and I'll try to, I will, I'll do pillar on the Goblin Scout over there.
Cool. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, for just 1 dice.
Nice.
So, and if she's still got the boon, if I still got the boon, does that increase? Does that give me 1 more d6 to roll?
The boon you don't have anymore
No.
because we moved on to a bane for the enemy.
Oh, I moved on to a Bane. I got that wrong then. I should be.
Oh no, the bane on the enemies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They can either be a boon on you or a bane on the enemies. So the acrobatics checks fails, so the victim is going to be taking 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Okay, cool. Do you want to roll 2d6 for the damage? Nice. 5 points of damage. Okay, cool. As this goblin falls down the slope as a result of getting the damage. Shadowbolt, you're up next. What would you like to do?
We'll try the same thing and hopefully not hit our prone ranger rogue friend.
Okay.
Much better.
Okay.
That is much better.
You didn't roll a 20. Good job.
Yeah, this time.
And Krisana.
Kursana will trade initiatives with the Warg Rider to try to go last.
Okay, so the warg is next.
Oh, you got the Warg in here twice. I'm assuming he has Veracity too.
He does. Do you want to go? Are you trading with the warg? Either way.
I'll trade with a 0.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
keep my evade until I'm forced to use it.
Yeah, it's going to be now because if
Uh-huh.
it wasn't
That's what I
now, it wouldn't
figured.
make sense. Let's have a roll. 2. Okay, cool. Calls forward another Goblin Scout in that attack, and then Silvertongue, you're up.
See, I didn't have to use my evade.
You didn't, yeah. Yes.
Again, the musician skill, and this time, I'm going to have to move first.
Mhm.
Climb up on the back onto the thing,
Mhm.
because I want to be able to get this guy into 30 feet. So that's 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's within 30 feet. So, but they're both of them, this one and
Mhm.
this one, are within my range, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so they get a boon. I mean, a bane.
Okay.
Don't want to give them a boon.
Yeah.
Give them a bane.
Okay, cool. So they will both get banes, and it will go back to the war.
War.
A little bit better. Wargrider tries to skewer a player by charging towards them with its spear.
That's something I can evade.
It is. It can be evaded or it can be parried, whatever you prefer.
Halfling is going to evade because halfling is hard to catch. So we're spending that, and we're going to evade with a boon.
Sure.
So, and where's my boon? At the top, I have one boon. And evade.
Nice. It's rearing up. It's trying to stab at you, but you're able to use the cart maybe to your advantage.
Yeah.
Evade and move out of its range.
I think it lets me move 2 meters or something. So
It does, absolutely right. Okay, so we're going to head over to the Goblin Scout over here, and this Goblin Scout is going to try and shoot at Aiden with its bow. It lands. Aiden, you're going to take 6 points of damage.
I use a evade roll and
You have
I'm
already
going-
acted.
probably not because because the turn order hasn't gone. It's still in the second round, right?
You used Pillar on this Goblin earlier in this
That's
round.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
You don't have any armor, so you just take 6. You just take the 6 in this case.
Okay.
but you get to shout out your 6 favorite cuss words.
You do. That's how that works.
I play with a game method. You wouldn't want to go under that horse. Some of the guys, they would have had the goblins swoop that horse, and you'd get kicked in the head.
Uh-huh.
Dude.
Okay, this Warg Rider is going to go first. Let's see what it's doing. It's still got a Bane. Okay. It's going to pounce
That
on
would
the
be good.
nearest player character, knocking them prone and dealing D8 bludgeoning damage.
Evade! Hard to catch.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it's going to be you, unfortunately. Despite your movement, it's going to go there. Do you want to try and make me?
That's fine. We're gonna be hard to catch, and we're gonna evade with a boon.
You're doing your thing. You're doing your Krasana moves. Silvertongue, that brings you up next. This poor Gomer the pony is going to be pretty unhappy, I think.
So the boons are over with. The banes are over with the goblins now, right?
They are, yeah.
Until the end of your turn, which is about to happen.
Oh, okay.
You
so
can
I
swap
just
initiative if you want.
Right, you can swap and go later in the turn order, and then the banes will last longer.
If I move over,
But I don't think the ward gets a bane because he's probably
that's
a
too
monster.
far, and that's too far. So this goblin that's over on the right-hand side, I can't get at him anyway.
You have a ranged weapon at all?
I can throw a dagger.
Option.
Okay, I will throw a dagger at the warg.
Okay. Cool. Pretty handy with a dagger. Warg is looking
Stick it in the shoulder.
pretty hurt at the moment.
I think I will jump off of the wagon and then go under it to the same spot that I am right now on top of the wagon. Now I'm going to go under the wagon.
Cool, no props. Right, this goblin is going next in the northwest. I'm going to roll 1d6. Chrisana, you're 1, 2. Silverton, you're 3, 4. Edin, you're 5 and 6. Edin, it is shooting at you.
Oh, I guess I'm not prone anymore. I used my action. I mean,
yeah.
Do I have to call evade before you roll damage? If I want to do it, if I want to.
You can roll it now because I didn't give you a chance to. Yeah, if you want to roll evade, you absolutely can. It would normally be.
But it has to be called before you confirm, right?
Yeah.
He's picking a target, and before damage is rolled, you can evade.
Yeah.
So.
But on this case, you can do it if you'd like to, because I didn't really wait. I just went for it.
Oh, you've already rolled to see if it hits?
It hits you.
Oh, it does.
It hits
yeah,
you, yeah.
So,
if you want to try and evade it, you can make an evade roll.
Sure.
Otherwise, you'll take some damage.
I can't afford to take any more. So, what do? We click the diamond on if it's a boon or a bane, right?
At the top of your sheet, there's a spot for boons and banes in the top left-hand corner, and then you're going to click on the word. If you happen to roll a 1 or a 20, then the little diamond's going to get highlighted because that will be a potential upgrade.
I think what was throwing me off is there's an evade roll on your. There's also an evade next to your armor. That's where my was.
So that you'd click that for disadvantage. So if you're wearing really heavy armor, that'd also that would have give you a bane.
I made it though.
You did.
Did make it.
Good
job.
Very good job.
Beats it.
You are.
I can't take an action, but can I still move?
I don't think you can. I think you use your move to. I think that's part of the evade.
Does your evade let you move 2 meters 1 square?
That's right. So yes, Eric. So you can move 1 square, and then that'd be your move.
I'll move over here, hoping that this rock. I don't know if there's a system of cover in this game, and I don't think I'm in cover anyway. But
it's a line of sight system, so you'd have to move.
Yeah.
I mean, the DM can give you a bane or something as the goblin's trying to attack you behind the rock, but up to the DM.
Shadowball, you're up next. What do you want to do?
Yeah, noticing the goblin trying to sneak up. Forward a bit. Shoot the warg and run.
Go for it.
Can you split movement like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot him for
Damage.
14. Rolled really. I could roll.
Tell me how the warg dies.
Ah, thank goodness. Dead warg.
1 dead warg. What does your arrow do, Shadowball, as it goes through, as it hits this warg, taking the life out of it?
I kind of imagine like a double shot. One hits like straight in the skull of the warg, and the other one hits the rider himself.
Perfect. Nice. Chrisana.
Just move out of sight of the goblin scout.
Yep.
What's my range with a freaking sling? Oh, I was going to try to sling that goblin scout.
Okay.
But I don't know if I need to step up and then move back, but I'll get into range and then I'll move back to where I am, slinging on the goblin scout.
Nice. Goblin scout's looking pretty rough.
Slinging is range at 20.
2, 4, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh yeah, we're in good shape.
I think every
That's my
square
turn.
is.
Usually 2 meters. I just don't know what the range was on the sling. And when I clicked on it, it rolled dice.
The range is 20.
Range is 20, so 20 meters. So that would be 10 squares.
Mhm.
Yep, all done.
So we then head over to the Goblin Scout, who's just seen the Warg Rider get an absolute pummeled. He's going to turn and he's going to leg it. And just as you sling this other one, they're also going to leg it. And we're going to get the hell out of Dodge.
All right. Let's loot some bodies and take some
Oh gosh. Sorry, that's very loud.
Okay, I
And
go
go to the
over,
pub.
I go over to the warg and pull my knife out of it.
Yes.
Wipe it off in its fur, and then put it away.
Yeah, I'll go over to all the things I shot and try to grab as many of the arrows as I can.
Yeah, you're able to recover your bits and pieces from it. In terms of loot, you're able to get some. They've got some short swords and some short bows, which if you take back into Lapis, depending on how happy they are to see goblin equipment,
Goblin.
that might not go so well. But then they might also be happy because you've taken care of a problem that was around the area.
These
So
were these goblins shooting arrows at us?
some of them were.
None of them were. Okay.
No, some of them did.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah, some of them were. So what did their arrows look like? Do they look like what killed the bird?
Their arrows they're wooden, and they have like a stone arrow tip on it. You're able, if you want to work one of the arrow tips out from the actual shaft of the arrow, you can see that the shaft of the arrow isn't sharpened, so it doesn't look like the same arrow maker has made these.
So let's throw the bows and whatever into the cart with the other stuff.
Bows and short swords into the cart. We don't find any other loot of valuables on the enemies.
That's correct. You guys.
Then,
sorry, only go, mate.
I was going to say, I think we need a minimum of a stretch rest, if not a shift rest, because I am bleeding out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could we take a 5-minute break?
Yeah, we're gonna take we'll take a bio break now. If we come back at we'll come back and we'll call it 10 minutes so everyone can get comfortable, make a drink or whatever. We'll roll our rest when we get back. You guys have moved. You've journeyed all the way now to Coral Home, so you don't need to make another journey roll. So we'll take 10 minutes and then we'll come back. All right.
Okay, thank
Wonderful.
you.
Sounds good.
Awesome. I'll see you in a sec. thank you. You going to bed? I will see you later. Sleep well, okay? Thank you. Okay, things we can do. Okay. Is everybody back?
I'm back.
I'm here.
Cool. Louis, Satch, you back?
Yeah.
Cool. Just give it another minute or two.
Question on my sling that I picked up, and it may just be a roll 20 thing.
Mm-hmm.
My daggers and knives, I guess they look like they incorporate my bonus, my agility bonus for using them.
Mm-hmm.
The sling skill says it's an agility skill. The sling itself is not giving me that bonus. I click on the sling. I got name type skill. Oh, there's damage bonus. But then it says it has strength on here with a dash. I think the sling is
Your
supposed to be an
distance.
agility weapon.
Yeah, that's your distance, though. Where it
Oh,
says
there's my
point.
damage. Damage is D8, then durability, and then features. I just don't think it's incorporating my agility bonus.
Give us do you want to give us a roll? We can check it in the chat box.
Yeah, so that's what I was. And sling.
Yeah, it's got D8 plus D6.
Oh, it does. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Another crossbow doesn't give you allow you to use the damage bonus.
Okay, because it did have a little, something to select to make sure that damage bonus and that is selected. But I couldn't. But it just had the strength and a dash. So I guess no strength is required.
Strength is that's how far you can throw.
Oh, if I was strong, I could throw it extra far. Gotcha.
Right.
Thank you.
Perfect. Was that Louis? Are you back as well?
So it sounded like.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I could be wrong.
No, I think that is. I was just looking at Discord and I'm trying to associate voices with names, and we were all new to each other. So yeah, I think it was. Okay.
I'm here.
You're here. Perfect. Okay. I was just making sure before we get started again. Okay. So you've just finished fighting and killing goblins and warg rider. You guys are in mixed shape. You guys wanted to take a rest, so you can take a stretch rest, which would get you 1d6 willpower, 1d6 hit points, and would remove a condition, or you could take a different rest, which the name escapes me.
A round rest just gives you willpower, and a shift rest would give you everything back, but we'd be camping.
Well, a round rest is in combat, though.
Yeah, so it's a stretch rest or a shift rest. I mean, you could do a round rest, but it's more round rest is intended for combat. But Chrisanna doesn't look happy about a round rest.
No,
I need at least a stretch rest, if not a shift rest, and then we have to debate what. I say we go ahead and take the stretch rest, and then we find a good spot to take a shift rest.
Yeah, you guys. So you can take one shift rest during the session. It depends how meta you want me to be with where you guys are.
Right.
I'm happy to be meta. If you want to be, it's a one shot. But feasibly, you could do either.
Yeah, I'm good with either. I was just saying stretch rest because I'm like, this little canyon where we got ambushed might not be the best spot to shift rest, but depends on how evil the DM is, who I've just met.
Stretch is good for me right now, but I'm not damaged.
Stretch is fine.
I would say put it up to the two that are damaged.
Fine by me.
Okay.
I'm at 12 of 18 willpower points and 5 of 11 hit points. So I'll let somebody smarter than me.
Yeah.
It's only my second time playing this.
That's cool.
I've got one hit point, which is one more than I need. So.
Well, if it technically.
2, 4, 6. I'm totally undamaged, and I can use the magician skill 3 more times.
Okay, Eric, it looks like it's up to you. You guys want to do a stretch rest or a shift?
I say let's just do stretch rest.
Okay.
And are you being cared for? Oh, if someone is caring for me, I can roll 2d6, as long as they maybe make a healing check or something.
You have to succeed on a healing.
Right. So if someone is undamaged, they could help me. And
okay,
do a
then let me click my button to submit.
Sadly, I'm not trained
And
in
then
healing, so I'm not
I
great.
will do what I can to help you.
Right. And then if you roll a healing and do well, then I think
Yeah, anything that beats a 6. Well, no, it's a 5.
there's always a chance.
Yeah.
So I guess I click no, I'm not being cared for because you were unsuccessful with your healing roll. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I could try.
hey, I get 4 hit points and 5 willpower. I'm feeling better than I was.
Nope. No, no help.
Should I
But
take
just
the wrong one?
Get back in the cart.
What was I at? There.
So Aiden, if you just
Where I
click,
want stretch.
yeah, you just click the word stretch.
Okay.
So you get 2 hit points back
Sounds good.
and 5 willpower back. And it will have already done that. It will update your sheet automatically.
I see it there. Thank you.
Sweet, awesome. Okay, so you guys are jumping back, or guys and girls, are jumping back onto your cart, and you're heading now. You, like I said, you don't need to make another bushcraft check. You're on the outskirts of where you needed to be with this tower, and you can see now another living silhouette. This one of Coralholm Tower, which rises before you, cutting the skyline like a great fissure. Bookending the path to the entryway are 2 lines of stone cairns. That's what they were. They were stone cairns on the other one as well. Weathered and moss-laden. Perhaps long ago these statues have represented something important. Now, however, they slumped forward, undefined and distorted with age. Ahead of you is the door to the tower, wide open, like a gaping mouth. Splintered wood litters the ground around it, and a sudden scream bellows from the halls above you. It seems like you may have arrived too late. Let me get you onto that page.
let's go ahead and try to save him.
You find
Is there any way I can bring one of these flasks of alchemical fire with me?
Yeah, of course you can. So there are 10 of them. You can.
How large are they? Two? Are they just like? Are they like? Are we talking like water cooler? Like, are we talking like 5-gallon?
No, it's more
10-gallon
potent.
jugs, or
It's more potent than that. So it'd be like
liter bottle of booze.
Yeah, exactly. It's the bottle of booze.
oh, we're talking like a liter bottle.
Mhm.
So, let's see. I have base. I have 2 of 4 in my inventory. So I'll take 2 of those with me.
Sure. Anyone else want to take them?
To leave my rope.
You need your rope.
No, I would have to leave my rope because
You
I'm
can leave a rope.
back
I've got a
right
rope.
now. Okay, so I'll take the rope off.
Mhm.
And how would you count 2 of them as count weighing 1, or would you say that 1 is 1?
I'd say 1 is 1.
Okay, so then I'll carry 1.
Cool. Sorry to be mean, but yeah, I think they're probably.
Oh, that's not right. I understand.
I think I'll grab 2.
Okay.
So what do we call this?
It's a fire flask.
Oh, fire flask. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't carry 2, correct? I counted the 2 muffins that I have as a tiny item.
Let's have a look.
It's up to you.
Yeah, you can have.
And I counted my 2 muffins as filling out the one for the at 4 rations counts as a 1.
Yeah, you've got 1, 2. Yeah, you can be able to carry 1, Aiden, because you've got your 2 muffins, which will count as 1. You got a torch and you got a spell book, so you've got 1 free slot, which you can use for a fire flask. Okay. So you guys are entering Coralholm Tower. This coming through the main door, you can see that the door has been totally destroyed. There's shards of wood and rubble launched out in all directions. And as you enter the tower, you can see on the ground floor what looks like a study or a reception area that you were in initially. and through a second door which lies open, you can see a bookcase, and you can see some stairs, or the beginning of some stairs leading upward. What do you guys want to do?
Chrisana would like to light a torch and look around the room, seeing what she can find.
Go for it.
So I don't know if you want awareness or spot hidden.
You can give me a spot hidden. With the torch, you can get it with a boon.
Even better. All right. Spot hidden, boon on the sheet.
Nice.
Nice. What type of thing are you looking for?
Just kind of evidence of what has happened here, as far as like there's letters on the desk talking about, these mysterious creatures that are harassing him, or
Perfect, yeah.
scratch marks or burn marks, or
So there are no burn marks. There you can see the letters on the desk are almost identical to the letters that you found earlier, as if somebody had been trying to send multiple letters out. But they're all addressed to Calvin. They're all addressed to his brother, the same person. On the floor, you can see lots of footsteps. You could probably make out a group of, I don't know, if you were to try and count them up, somewhere between maybe 3 and 6 things going inward. And you can also see that there's sort of like a wider mark that muffles it and makes that number hard to make out.
do I recognize the footprints as human or goblin or anything that I might have seen before?
They're humanoids. You can make me a beast lore check.
Yep. I'll get rid of my boon, and we'll pray to the 3 sisters as we roll this.
Oh,
Hey,
Nice.
beast lore! I'm amazing.
Congratulations.
This time.
On a bookcase in this room, you see a guide to footprints, and opening it up, you can see that these footprints look very similar to footprints of amphibious beings. They're humanoid, they're bipedal, and you think probably they're larger than you by the size of them.
Men.
Yes,
Yeah.
I share this information.
You guys can move yourself freely in this room if you want to. Just tell me what you want to do. If there's anything you guys do want to do as you're moving around.
Look at the bookcase.
I stand in the entryway.
Okay. You can make me a spot hidden roll, Silvertongue, if you want.
Okay. Nope.
Okay. This is there are books that are in different languages here. It looks like it's a study for somebody who is pretty intelligent, maybe. So you're not that you're not intelligent, but your intelligence isn't of the same lane as this person. You are a musician. You study music, not whatever this stuff is.
So if I check out the other bookcase, do I get another roll?
You can push the roll if you want to push the roll. I'll let you do that, seeing as we haven't had a push.
It's not that important to me.
Yeah, I guess to go and take a look around.
Yeah, give us a spot hidden if you want to have a look around. Yeah. It's pretty. It's turned over. Like whatever. It looks like whatever's came through quite quickly. You can see that there's a chair that's on the floor, and yeah, it's not organised as you would want it to be while you're looking if you wanted to look for stuff.
Guess we can go ahead. Start heading upstairs to go save whoever screamed.
Yeah. You guys can move through.
Chrisana is just going to kind of look into the other room, see if she sees any movement, see if she hears anything.
Yeah. You can't hear any. I'm not going to make you roll for it because you're really close. You can't hear any movement. You don't think you can see anything. You can hear noise coming from upstairs, but you can't hear any noise coming from beyond the door that you're looking through.
Hey, Thomas.
Mhm.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
You said Mim's Marvelous Muffins acted like a healing potion, or had some kind of benefits?
Yeah, they would. It's not a heal. It's not like a healing potion. It works like a ration, so you have to eat something every day. And then the other benefit is that it removes a condition. So if you wanted to push a roll, you could eat a Mim's muffin to remove the condition.
Okay, so remove a condition.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I don't think anyone's been pushing to have a condition at
I
the
don't
moment.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I think, seeing as the noise is coming from upstairs, I think we should sneak our way up there.
Thinking sounds good.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Making your way through the second doors. It looks like what's a kitchen. There's a messy table. There's some shelves there. Along the back of the wall is a stairwell leading further up the tower. You guys want to head up? Yeah.
Could I grab a kitchen knife?
Sure. You can grab a kitchen knife.
Don't you already have a dagger though?
Dagger, but when I throw the dagger, then I have nothing. If I have a kitchen knife too, I could throw that.
Perfect. That'll work. You can grab a kitchen
Fair,
knife.
huh?
There's one reasonably sharp-looking kitchen knife, which you can grab.
Okay.
Tristana will kind of stay in the rear with the Archmaester.
Mhm.
As I'm holding the torch, I'm hoping the other two might be able to sneak up the stairs in front of us. I did not figure I could sneak with a torch.
True.
Shadow Bolt will try to sneak.
Whoever's going to be in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Shadow Bolt will try to sneak.
Whoever's going to be in front. If we can work this in tandem, I could maybe give you a boon. You're sneaking.
Yeah, sure.
With silent little poof of smoke.
Maybe when we get to the next doorway, we poof of smoke.
That'll work.
Jim?
Who wants to go? Silvertongue and Shadowbolt. If you guys are going up first and you want to sneak, can you make me a sneaking roll, please? Chrisana, the puff of smoke will remove the bane on your sneak for your torch.
Sneak
Okay.
well.
There's a boon.
Shadowbolt.
Oh damn!
Silvertongue, you can.
He's super sneaky.
You've got a. Oh, you did.
I should rolled really well.
Silvertongue, you've got a
enough.
boon for that roll, so you can roll another sneaking roll if you want. Silvertongue, sorry.
Okay.
You
I
guys.
lost it though. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
I
you
made
guys are
it.
basically ninjas.
Even with the
No.
torch.
Halfling ninjas.
Halfling
Yeah,
ninjas.
there's half ninja and the human wizard.
Aiden, are you sneaking up behind? You can make a sneak roll if you
I'm
want
not
to.
too sneaky. So I'll let them do the sneaking.
Okay, cool.
My gout's acting up. Got to go. A little bit of a knees.
That's cool. Right,
Not the most nimblest guy around.
Okay, I'm going to move them up a floor, and then you'll be able to join them
But I
shortly.
can summon a walker.
Okay.
It's my familiar.
Moving upstairs, for those who are sneaking, you find yourselves in stairs lead around to an open room. It looks like a dining room. You've got a large dining room table in front of a mirror, in front of a window, with a large. The window's an ornate stained glass. There's a closed door on the wall directly opposite the window, and there's a flight of stairs that you can see. Which, from the flights of stairs, you can see like a green glow, a green hue coming from.
I would like to sneak into the room and look around to see if I see any hidden people, creatures, frogmen, lurking in the shadows.
Okay, yeah. Do you want a spot hidden? Your critical sneak success will carry for now. That's fine. Just give us a spot hidden.
All right, spot hidden.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, let me just get everybody. screen up here as well so that you guys are all together. Perfect. Moving around, you can see as you get slightly closer to this dining room table that coming down the stairs, there's actually something wet. It's not just like a green luminescent, a green light, but you can see something wet and something viscous, which is oozing down the stones at the steps, and it's pooling on the floor before you. You can then hear like a wet slap, and you hear 2 or 3 of these wet slaps.
Sound like they're okay. We're hearing wet slaps in this room.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Coming down that stairwell.
There's something coming.
And then you are confronted with a giant slime that slaps its way down. You guys will get... let me get some turn order up. Let me add you in. You guys will get a round to act before the slime gets to act, based on your sneaking successes. Let me deal you some cards. Okay. Shadowbolt, you're going to get to act first. I'll move this thing
It's a surprise.
to its appropriate size. There we go.
First?
Yeah.
Can I go first, Shadowbolt?
Sure.
Okay, so musician skill. We get boons.
Perfect. Click the skill so it takes it off your willpower. Did you want to move at all, Silvertongue, or are you just going to start playing your flute and inspiring people?
I'm going to stay where I am and play the flute.
Okay, cool. That'll take it back
What
to you.
negate our stealth though?
You
Not
basically
mechanically, but thematically, I guess.
it would a little bit, but mechanically the stealth has just got you like a free hit this round. So you start. I mean, the slime can see you at this point. You just get the jump on it.
We'll go shoot at it
Okay.
with the boom.
Nice.
And then let's move back behind the bard.
Okay. That's that. Chrisana, you're up.
Probably whisper back like we got a slime.
Do you want to push that roll?
You still have all the muffin. You can theoretically clear it next turn if you fail.
Apologies. I was talking. I missed with a sling and I stepped back.
Okay, cool. No problems. Aiden, you're up. What would you like to do?
I don't want to be dead weight, but I got 2 options. You guys can tell. Well, 2 options. I'll just stand here and take the evade action for next turn. I can pass somebody my turn, or I can run it, or I can step up and try and nuke that thing with a 3 dice roll fireball.
Yeah. So the evade, is not really an action. It's like if the monster happens to attack you, but he's not getting to attack this round. So
Okay.
we don't really have a
I'm
dodge.
thinking about
action.
it in terms of dodge, which I think
Yeah.
I think I need to change my thought process.
Yeah. So, no, evade and dodge are close, but you can't hey, I'm going to dodge in case. It's I can wait until. So.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I've only played twice. You think I should just step up there and just lob a fireball as hard as I can, or should I?
That's my thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, the best option.
bolts are very
Oh,
good. on
whoa! That thing's bigger than I. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
It's a gelatinous
Step around the
cube.
corner.
Fireball the crap out of it.
It is-
Willpower is easy to get back.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So-
Yeah, Luke.
Power and conditions are easy to get back at.
Because you can get your willpower back with a round rest if you needed to.
Boom.
Nice.
We're gonna cast that with 3.
Cool.
Increases the damage by 1d6, so it'll be a total of 4d6,
That's correct.
right? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Let's
thing.
figure all damage is good damage.
This thing is recoiling with the damage that you've just
and
dealt
I want to move back. We'll get him, we'll get him.
Yeah.
You fellas.
I imagine you're almost stumbling over the halflings as you try to get down the stairs a little bit.
Uh-huh.
That's fair.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let's recall these. Awesome. Okay. Chrisana, you're up first.
All right. She is going to trade and wait. So I'm happy to trade with the giant slime and go in number 6 spot.
Okay, cool. Shadowbolt, that makes you next. What would you like to do?
Okay.
Unless someone wants to trade, I'll repeat what I did last time.
Go for it.
So is the boon still active?
It's active until the end of my next
Okay.
turn.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Technically made it. Barely.
And next up is this giant slime. It's going to move. And then it'll take its next action. And it's going to move. And that will mean Chrisana's up now.
All right. It did not get within 5 feet of anybody. I mean, I want to step up and stab it, and then I have to step away. I'd have to roll an evade and see if this thing sucks me in.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my plan. I'm going to step up,
Edge.
and stab with my knife or with my dagger, and see how that goes. And we will push this one.
Cool.
Is the little clock thing here the push?
Yep,
Let's
that's
see.
it.
All right, we will push.
Nice.
We will,
Perfect, nice. You need to choose your condition manually though, because it's your
okay.
choice. But you can just do that on your character sheet.
yeah, we'll be disheartened. And then we will roll an evade to a step back and see if I can get away from this mother sucker.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I will step back. Now, does that give me the rest of my movement, or how does?
Yeah, you can use the rest of your movement. That's fine.
Okay, I'll get back a little bit further. Okay.
Cool. Silvertongue, you're up.
4, 6, 8. Okay, I'm gonna move. No, yeah, no. It's within 10 feet. 4 meters of me. Yeah, I think I'll move. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's as far as I can move. And then I'm going to use my flute and magically make him have a bane.
Okay.
Take away.
That's right. I should have had a boon on that roll. Oh, I did have a boon. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, Aodin, you're back up now. What would you like to do?
Do I still have a boon?
No. My turn ended. It's now a bane on the monster.
This time.
Yeah, so your roll is just a
I
straight
want
roll.
to do the gust of wind with all the marbles.
Okay.
Not sure it's gonna go. I think
So,
it's
can I
gonna
get-
hit the large.
Can you push the spells too?
That's a good point. Let me just double check because this creature is large. All untethered objects and
Yeah,
creatures up to
no
human
effect on larger
size.
creatures.
Yeah, so this one wouldn't work on this particular creature. So let me just refund you
Won't
some
put it anywhere.
willpower.
The spell has no effect on monsters larger creatures. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Can I retcon that, or you want to make?
He's retconning it. He's
I am
giving you
retconning
a
it.
willpower
Okay, thank you.
back.
So I'm gonna give myself back. What would it be? 3 willpower.
So you were casting at a level 3, right? So that would give you 6
Yeah.
willpower back. So you're back to 11.
Oh, crap! What do we do? Shooting a fireball at it, and so it doesn't have any. It doesn't have a radius or anything on it, does it?
No, it's more of a fire bolt than a
More
fireball.
of a firebolt. Okay, so I'll try and nuke it again with the firebolt.
Yeah. It's the most damage you guys have done so far has been with that fireball. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the gelatinous slimy creature may not like fire.
Probably not. So there's that. So 46 again.
Mm-hmm.
Cook it.
Oh, he's cooking it.
Oh,
It's cooking.
except for that one, it was really good.
And then I moved up to. So
Bad average.
That'll do it, I think.
Nice. Yeah, that will do it. Okay. Okay. Aiden, you're top of the round again. So you get to go again. What would you like to do again this time?
Do it again.
Okay.
I don't think I really want this thing to get a hit off.
I don't think we want this thing to touch us.
Yeah, so you've got 5 willpower
Probably a
left.
good idea.
So the most you can do is power level 2, which should cost you 4
Oh,
willpower.
yeah. Boy, that. Oh, can I get cute and maybe do that, and it makes an area within 10 meters pleasantly warm. Maybe it'll maybe I make the area around it pleasantly, or in front of it pleasantly warm, and it just chooses to back up.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to choose to back up. You can take a round rest.
How
Which
You
about
can
this?
always try.
How about this? How about I
Yeah.
drop a lit torch in front of it?
yeah, you can do that.
Can I just do that?
You can. I mean, you can hit it with the lit
See how
torch
it
if you want
reacts?
to.
What's that?
You can hit it with the lit torch if you want to.
Sure. No, I don't want to get that close. I just kind of want to lob a torch.
Yeah, leave it in a square in front of you.
I just want to leave it in the square in front of me, and hopefully it won't occupy the square, because maybe it doesn't like
Burst
fire
of
too much.
fire.
Yeah, cool. There you go. 1 torch.
So, and then I back up.
Okay. Shadowbolt. That's you now.
Yeah, I'm going to move around a bit. I'm not going to be able to move around. Start poking. So I'm just going to shoot it.
Okay.
Arrow, piercing damage to the blob of jello.
Yeah, that's the plan.
This thing is. There's not a lot of this thing left. Whilst it's still trying to put itself back together, it looks like it's really, really, really badly hurt. And Silvertongue, you're up next.
Go back behind the
Good.
staircase. Leave the part behind.
I'm going to jump up on the table, which I can't. Just imagine that I'm jumping up on the table.
Yep.
So that I'm within 10 feet of it.
There you go.
And I'm going to give it another Bane.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move to the far end of the table.
Okay. It is going to move.
Oh no!
That torch
Threw
right
my
up.
torch.
Oh yeah, the torch. You're right. Sorry, my bad.
No, I don't know if it can or not. Can it? Or would it? Maybe it just chooses to move through the torch and it takes a little damage. I don't know. It's probably not the most intelligent creature around.
It's sure okay. Do you know what? You dropped the torch, so we're gonna play it out like that. Roll a d6, Aiden. Let's see what
All right.
let's see what this torch
1d6
does.
damage. Ah!
The torch killed it.
The torch killed the slime.
Oh, you see that? See that little,
Well, hey,
little one? Creativity wins the day.
Makes perfect sense because I moved it through the torch.
To be fair, did it along.
Silverton, let me just get you out of that wall barrier you're currently in. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The giant slime is destroyed. Now ooze and horrible wet liquid just starts pouring down the stairs as you pick your steps carefully to get past it.
Is there any solid things still in it that might be useful?
You can have a treasure card each.
Ah, nice.
There you go.
So, Archmaester, depends on your GM's ruling, but some GMs will let you take a round rest to recover willpower outside of combat.
Yeah, I think you can do that. That's fine.
Found coins. I found money.
And then you can tap,
What do I tap?
Just the word round in your character sheet.
Round.
The rest section.
Yep.
Okay.
and you can top up your willpower.
Nice.
Yeah, give me some back.
Yeah. How do your treasure cards work in this system, in this Roll20?
Just click on it.
I got 40 copper coins.
Click on it and the window will pop open, and then you can click on it again and it'll zoom in like a handout.
Is that in the chat? Where am I looking to click?
Oh,
on?
just above your name.
Right above your name on the bottom left.
I get a melee weapon apparently.
Then click on it again to close it.
Are we sharing these copper coins, or do I just stick them in my inventory?
You tell me.
Broadsword. That does not look useful to me.
I give everybody 10 copper coins.
Oh, I got a gold ring. Okay.
I hold on to my 10 gold coins. In my experience, halflings are not the smartest with money.
Okay. In the interest of time, do you guys want to move upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move everybody upstairs.
Is there a torch in this room? Is there like a wall sconce in this room that I can grab on the way up?
You can. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
you can't.
Sure.
There's a torch lying on the ground.
There's
There's
a couple of slime.
It's covered in that caustic slime. Of course, we did just retrieve treasure out of there too, but
All right, if you want, you can take my torch.
I don't really. It's not that big a deal. I was just.
Okay. You guys head upstairs, and you can now hear. You storm up the stairs after destroying the slime, and you burst in to what looks like the tower's study. As you enter, a violent scene erupts before you. On the ground is an old man, robed, his hands up, desperately covering his face from a mob of assailants. Surrounding him are several strange frog-like creatures, donning spears and wicked curved swords. Their grotesque throats puff out in rhythm with a constant cacophony of blorp, 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 blorp. Suddenly, let's move you so you can all see what's occurring. Suddenly, the sound of shattering glass rings out around you, and you turn your attention towards it. Across the room, a large bird, raven-like, but also somehow wrong, launches out of a freshly broken window. In its talons, you see an old leather tome. "Help me," the old man cries. "Get these things off of me." And immediately, we're going to head back into initiative. Because I'm horrible like that.
Uh-huh. Aren't you glad you got that round rest in?
Exactly.
What round?
It's great. I didn't really need it, but yeah.
Top you off so you can get more fireballs. So.
Shuffle.
You got to send me that Frog Spear Warrior to post that in chat for me, Thomas. I'm playing a Frog Mutant in a Gamma World game.
Yeah, no worries. I can do that. That's fine. Okay. Silver Tongue.
Kind of like that one.
Okay. Advantage to everybody.
Nice.
Boom to everybody.
Well, wait a minute. First, I have to move. Now, advantage to everybody.
Cool. Okay, everyone, you got advantage. Next up, this frog creature seeing you is going to move towards you. That's going to be
Excellent.
That's going to be its turn, and then and the old man, you might now know his name, is going to try and scarper and get underneath this this desk.
All, I assume.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I made that roll.
Oh, wow.
Then this other warrior is going to start coming this way. Shadowbolt, you're up. What would you like to do?
I don't know, they're getting a bit too close. Back and shoot at it.
Go for it.
I gotta make sure I grab the right one. 5 for 7 damage.
Which one were you shooting at? The one with the sword or the one with the spear?
Oh, on the getting closer to the sword.
Cool. Okay. This one is now going to move forward, and he's going to attack. Christiana, you're low. Aiden, you're high. He's going to attack Aiden. Let's see what he can do. He pulls a short sword out, and he deals 1 damage to you, Aiden. And
Those are really low rolls.
and with that, Aiden, it's your turn. Yeah.
I want to push him out that window with a gust of wind, but I don't think it's feasible.
Well, if you make the roll,
You
it is.
can always try.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 2d4 meters. We counted that. I don't know how many feet we counted that is.
So each square is
it's
2 meters.
2 meters.
And you can also increase the power level to increase the number of d4s. You also have a window to your left.
Let's go ahead and try and see if I can. Let me. That would be 1, 2, 3. I could also end here. That'd be 4. I could also end here.
So if you're
Probably
moving,
get
you're going to have to make an evade
blow
roll.
the old man out from under the table. Let's see.
Yeah, if you're gonna move out of the range of this guy with the sword, you'd have to make an evade roll. But if you want to stay where
I'm
you
just
were,
moving for the purpose. I'm just moving for the purpose of getting the measure tool out right now.
okay, cool.
If you don't, it's not too much of a problem. Could I blow those 2 there out? If I succeeded, could I possibly, when I raised it and I had a raise, could I possibly get those guys out the window?
Yeah.
That's the question.
From where you were, you could also get these guys out of the window without making the evade roll.
Oh shit! There's another window over there.
Yeah.
Oh, the windows are everywhere. Things are looking up.
Windows open and broken. You have to
I mean,
close the window.
All right.
the window over there isn't open yet, but you can still.
I mean,
But
you
you
don't-
throw
yeah.
if you throw a frog creature into it, it may break open.
This is
Yeah,
true.
definitely. All right, well, let's try and I can get all 3. I can get all 4 of them. So which ones fly out the window, which ones don't is up to you.
Well, could you
Or-
jump on the thing and push all 3 of them out in that direction? On the table?
If I move here, is that an attack of opportunity?
No.
I can't get on
Nope.
the table.
I'll put you
I'm
on
too
the
old
table.
to climb up. I'm too old to be climbing on tables.
Okay.
To be fair, there's an old man climbing under the table, so I mean,
You're gonna climb under the table.
It's a table sandwich with the old men being the bread.
Yeah, I gotta climb under there, crawl under there, and give him a high five. Once we get under there, though, we're not gonna get out for like 1d4 rounds. Let's see. Yeah, I get the roll.
I think you should try it. It
well,
would be quite epic if you blow a bunch of frogs men out.
Hell
It
yeah.
would be nice.
It'd be funny, yeah. That would be great.
Yeah, you should definitely give it a go.
Well,
Do you want to push it?
Push it
yeah.
real good.
Let's see. What would I take?
Push good.
Doesn't really matter.
But just don't take your
I mean, it
intelligence.
does matter,
Yeah.
but I'm disheartened. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a bane to my charisma. I'm like, this sucks
Exactly.
getting old.
Nice.
Technically, if you just eat a hood, you'll be fine.
So then you got 4d4
Just
to
eat-
roll.
Okay.
Just eat a Snickers, you'll be fine.
It sucks. I give. Oh wait, that's only one. Let me do 3 more.
Nice.
So I tell all the halflings, and they're tired of hearing my old man musings, but I'm like, never get old.
It's better than
Never
the
get
alternative.
married.
If it is better than the alternative.
I think these two will go out with that epic roll. This one will smash into
Nice.
this wall here, and you'll push this guy back. And they also take that same amount of bludgeoning damage, right? So that one would take 11 points of damage, and that one. This guy will take half because he wasn't really caught inside of it, but thematically it works lovely. Okay.
Nice.
Good, Eowyn. Good job.
Okay, spear warrior guy is coming for Shadowbolt because he's got a spear. He's got 4 meters of range.
Oh, fun.
He fails.
My magic has his deck under it.
Chrisanna, you're the last person this round. What would you like to do?
I was going to wait to be the last person in the round. Then I'm going to walk up and be stabby, and then we'll evade roll to run away. So walk up and dagger it, and 7.
Nice.
And looks like no evade roll needed to walk away. Then I'll encourage Solomon to come out from under the table. It's clear for now. Let's get out of here.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh, thank you so
nothing.
much. Oh, please, you've got to. You have to help me. They've been coming.
Is this all of them? Are there more?
None got past me. None got past me. There's no more upstairs. Oh my goodness, it's been horrible. Normally I'm able to repel them, but the crow woman thing has brought more with her than when they were by themselves. What do you need? Who are you? Why are you in my house? How may I help you? Hi. And he'll stop pouring you a glass of water.
Your brother sent us with a whole bunch of fire bombs.
His fire? My letter? He received the letter?
Well, the bird died, but he did get the letter.
Oh, praise be, thank you. Where is the fire? I worry that the next time they come
It's downstairs in a cart.
downstairs.
But some of us brought some up.
Yeah, we had to. Yeah, you're right. And I pull out the one and I put it on the table.
Oh,
We'll cautiously put the two on the table.
amazing! He finished it. That's wow. It's beautiful, but quite dangerous. And he puts it back on the table. Yes, this will show them. This will show them indeed.
Yeah, that just
It's a regular that these guys come and attack you.
They've been coming for the last few weeks. Normally there would be maybe a dozen who come, and I'm able to keep them at bay and repel them. And I'm a wizard, you know. I'm not just a man who hides under tables, but I worry the Raven woman. I fear she's going to come back with more of them at some point. This is why I needed my brother's aid, and yours now you're here. If you can help me, I can accommodate you for as long as we need. Will you help
Well,
me?
for the right price, we can be of assistance.
Very good. Well, in that case, let me show you around a bit more and tell you of my problems. And he'll walk you around, picking up the odd bits and pieces that have fallen over in the tower, and he'll use a magic spell here or there to tidy things up slightly. Maybe not as good as Aiden's tower now. He will show you the roof. He'll show you that on top of the roof there's a friggin' massive ballista.
Nice ballista.
Which he's too old to use. I can't use this, but it's here from when the tower was made. And then he will give you some provisions. He'll make you some food, and he'll let you sleep. The following morning,
We try to take care of the horse downstairs before we sleep.
Bring that all up.
I've learned my lesson. I ignored a horse while I was in a dungeon and it got killed.
The following morning, you wake up and you find that your horse is in a little stable, and your cart is out front. Solomon will point to the west of the tower, and west of the tower you can see that there's a small forest, and behind that some mountains, and he'll point and show you that there's movement in the forest and that there's a dust cloud kicking up from the mountains, and he'll say, please, it is now mid-morning. By this eve, I worry that there will be more frog people here. Will you help me prepare this land for what's to come? And he'll give you an opportunity. You can have a shift rest if you'd like now, and
Absolutely.
he'll
Yep.
give you an
Of
opportunity to get creative as a group and decide if and how you want to prepare this map for what might be to come.
I do feel like we did get a shift rest, though.
Yes. So, yeah, no, I'd be curious to know if this ballista is operable, if it can be repaired. Looks like there's some arrows on the ground, so there's maybe a little bit of ammunition.
Yeah, so the ballista has got a range of 400 meters. So
Nice.
its damage, the damage it deals is 2d12 plus 4.
Oh, damn.
However, there's only 3 bolts available.
Bolts.
You'll need to be proficient in bow or crossbow to operate it without a bane.
Good thing we have a huntress.
Yeah.
And then you can see you've got some water behind you, and you've got a bit of land out in front of you. You've got approximately maybe 8 or 9 hours before it gets dark.
Yeah. Can he tell us how this these Molotov cocktails work? You know, as far as this fire.
Yeah.
Is this something that we can toss? He typically tosses off the top of the tower at approaching enemies, or how does he typically make use of this?
This is the first time he's had them. Before he fell out with his brother, he'll tell you 9 years ago. His brother was working on this, and he was close to completing it. His letter was a letter of desperation to try and get some aid. He will, as he's a wizard, he'll have a wee look at it with Aiden's help, and he'll find out that if you were to make any weapon skill roll, you would succeed, and you'd be able to throw the flask at an enemy within 10 meters or 5 squares.
Well, as we're talking about it, I would suggest taking some of the flasks. We have like 4 of them on us, and then there's more down. There's like more of these jugs down in the wagon. I would suggest putting them at maybe choke point, or I would suggest stationing them around the tower, and then possibly try and shoot them with arrows.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
My thought is if we're on top of the tower and we can throw them down at them as they approach the tower.
Yeah, both. I would
Yeah.
do both. I'd split them up. I would keep half of them up here, and then have the Huntress on the trebuchet, and I can lob fireballs from here, and then somebody could also shoot. There's a couple down here. You could shoot them if a large group comes into them. Do they do an AOE like damage? I
So
mean, if we're thinking tactically, if we're thinking roleplay wise, I'm just going to spend the entire night bitching about how shitty his tower is compared to mine.
no,
I think wizards are
I
petty
think
about their tower.
I think you've got about five. You've maybe got 5 or 6 minutes to think totally tactically at what's about to come.
I've spoke my piece. I'll shut up now.
So the fire flask.
Who's this Raven? I want to know who the Raven lady is.
Well, she's trouble is who she is, and she won't leave me be. It's important I get my book back, but really, we need to take care of. And he'll point back over to this this ominous. If you've ever seen 13th Warrior and you've seen like the fire snake that comes down the thing, it's like that, but it's a dust cloud, and he won't be drawn on the woman. The flasks deal D10 fire damage to an enemy, plus an additional D6 on each of the enemy's subsequent turns. If the victim's hit with more than one flask, the additional damage stacks. The attack can be dodged but not parried, and any missed attacks will cause a small fire to break out on the floor.
Put like 2 or 3 flasks down here, and then drop a flask on a guy, and then so they get hit with a flask, and then another flask.
So what's the purpose of the flask on the ground?
It'll blow up
How and when?
So
when it's hit with something. If you were to put one down here,
Right. Then we're
And
going
then
to try to shoot it with an arrow or something.
if you were to put one down here and then you were to drop another one on an enemy, the damage would probably cause the second flask to blow up on him as well.
Right.
I'm thinking about them in terms of like bombs.
Right. I'm thinking about using them all as freaking hand grenades, Molotov cocktails from the top of the tower, because I don't know which direction they're going to approach from, and if I've got all 10 of them up here versus having 5 on the ground, they may not come in proximity of the 5 that are on the ground.
And you don't have any range, right?
I mean, I've got the sling, but he said I could use any weapon stat to make an attack with this hand grenade. So
yeah.
So I can use my knife skill to throw the hand grenade.
Mm-hmm.
So
That concerns me is we're all on top of this tower. Once they get close to the tower, it's going to be very hard to. I mean, just dropping things on them will help.
yeah, we're dropping things on them from the top of the tower. The choke point is this ladder to the top of the tower.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either way. It's just a game.
Okay.
Maybe we can fortify the door so it doesn't open as easily.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. If you
Put
want
a
to do
bunch
that,
of crap in front of the door downstairs, get all the flasks upstairs.
Yeah, maybe tie in some of the flasks to the ballista bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah, you could
fly
try-
that well with the flask tied to it.
I mean, if it's done and it's particularly awesome, it would probably work.
Yeah, maybe we could put a flask or 2 in the bolstering we do to the door, so that when they open the door, they catch fire.
Okay.
Inside of the door, so when they bust down the door, it catches on fire.
Yeah.
So, this tower, how much of it is made out of wood versus how much is made out of stone?
It's stone. The doors are wood, but the rest is stone. So you're not going to cook
Okay.
yourself. Well, it will take a very long time to cook yourself.
They're not going to burn us down.
Okay, that's kind of what I was worried about.
Yeah. So let's go around the party. It seems like the consensus is that you want some of these things on the roof. So I would suggest we'll go around and everybody can place something where they want to place it or do a thing, and we'll use the initiative order that we've got here.
And this is an open tower that we could be able to hurl these things over the edge.
Yeah, exactly. So Silvertongue, what would you like to do with your action? How would you like to prepare?
That's me.
this?
That was me. I'm sorry. All right. I think I'm going to go downstairs
Mhm.
and use the one bottle that I had. Maybe gather some more from the cart,
Mhm.
and bolster the door and make sure that when they burst open the door, one of the bottles breaks.
Cool. Okay, that's perfectly doable. So we've got one by the front door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was next in the initiative? Shadowbolt. How would you like to prepare?
I think I'll start loading the ballista. Make sure it's all loaded up, ready to go.
Okay. And did you want to get a fire flask loaded with the ballista shell, with the bolt? You have 3 bolts. You can just get it ready, or you can...
They'll have one set up for one of the last bolts.
Okay, cool.
Fire bolts.
So you move the fire flask beside the ballista, ready to use. That's cool. Who is now? Aiden, how would you like to? What action would you like to take?
I have 1 flask in my possession, so I'm going to take that one down here and place it like right here.
So you
Probably, well, actually, probably right here. I'll place one like right, maybe like right there.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Bury it, kind of hide it.
The path between the
These
furthest
things did Kelvin give us?
You got 10.
Oh, okay.
And you can.
One, two, at least 2 have spent so far.
Yep. Chrisana.
I'm going to grab? Yep, going to go down to the cart. I'm going to hand Silvertongue my rope as I pass by. I'm going to bring all the remaining flask inside the door. Hand Silvertongue a second flask to encourage the attaching of 2 flasks to the inside of the door, and carry the remainder up top.
Okay.
Oh.
So are you attaching the second one to the door, Silvertongue?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we've got 2 on the front door. We've got 1 beside the ballista. We've got 1 in the path, ready to be hit, and that leaves you with 6 on the roof.
Correct.
That you guys can use as and when you need or start panicking.
I think what I do is I take the rope that was just given to me and I sling it up to the roof, and I have the bottle on it so that when the door opens, it loosens the thing and it slams up against the door, against the wall.
Okay, so you're like jury rigging the front door so you can trigger it.
So that when they push it open, everything slams against the wall and bursts into flames.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Okay. Could I also try to get a flying companion to kind of scout out?
Hell yeah. You can definitely get a flying companion. It's go on.
I went ahead and set the 6 flasks of fire juice all around the top of the tower. So
perfect. Okay, so it's starting to get dark. Is there anything that you guys want to do about being able to see?
Well,
hang
I'm happy to go downstairs, go outside. I want to light a torch away from the towers here somewhere.
Yeah, we could also hang some torches around the edge of the tower.
Okay.
Like
it's
that.
Just I don't necessarily need them to see us. We need to see them. That's my thought.
Well, that's why I say like hang it.
Yeah.
On the inside of the tower or the outside?
I
On
mean,
the
I would love
outside.
to go set up a torch here and go set up a torch here and then come back in our door.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I'm just moving some things around. Give me 1 second, Thomas. Have a think if there's anything else you'd like to do.
I mean, if I've got time, I would put more torches around, but
How many
Okay.
flasks are here? Here, are each of these squares represent one?
that's what I was doing. There was 6 sitting around at the edge of the tower, 1 sitting right next to the ballista.
Okay. Is that everywhere you wanted a torch?
I mean, I will put as many out as you will allow. I mean, I put 2 more on the back of the tower, kind of,
Sure.
you know,
There and there.
yeah, to give us kind of nice view around the tower there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna perch right here, but if you want these two flasks back, Eric, you can grab those back if you want.
Yeah, we put 1 in the path. We put 2 on the door,
Mhm.
and then we have 7 up here on the tower.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, but
5, 6. Oh, I've only
I know.
got-
We'll say. Well, I
Alright.
had 2 initially, then I pretty much gave one back, and you have 1 by the ballista for the last
Yeah.
shot.
One right next to the ballista, 6 around, around the edge of the tower up top, and then
How tall is the tower?
Oh gosh. Like it's what you're 4 stories up, so
I don't want. The reason being is I don't want to stand next to alchemical fire if they start shooting arrows or start lobbing stuff up in the tower. If something flies over the
that's. I
top.
mean, I figure we got a 3-foot knee wall or a 4-foot knee wall around
What
the
was the
top of this
radius on them
tower.
again?
what was that? What was that, Aiden?
What was the radius on the exploding?
It's like
Alchemist
single hit,
fire?
so it's single square.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if you miss,
Yeah.
if you
All
miss, you're not in danger of the entire top of the tower being engulfed in flame. Okay.
So I
That's
figure
why we shouldn't have set them out. I thought they had a little bit of a radius on it.
Let's get some turns added in here.
Oh,
I get the feeling this is kind of
I also can't see the one I buried.
You'll know where it is. You'll know where it is. Okay.
So I get
Right.
the feeling this is the basic finale of the one shot.
This is the finale.
yeah,
of the one
if somebody
shot.
steps on it, it'll blow up, and
Yeah. This is it.
measuring
So-
in feet instead of
I was
meters.
I was hoping like 2 or 3 of them might come in there and I'd shoot one of them or shoot at the alchemical fire and it would blow up. Get like a 2-for-1, but
As you guys are talking,
not a
yeah.
big deal.
and you guys are prepping,
awareness.
you
9
hear.
feet is 2 meters.
Nice. Krisan is the first to point out what sounds like a horn in the distance.
Ready yourselves. Load that ballista. They're coming.
We'll go right into
Okay,
initiative.
Aoden, I think, is out of my range. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where I'm pointing is my range from where I'm standing, and where I'm standing, I'm in the center of here. So, Aoden, if you want to get my musical ability to boon, you're going to have to take a step back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can go as far as here.
Yeah. That's fine. That's basic. That's basically on the edge anyway. Okay, Silver Tongue, are you doing musician?
Doing magician.
Okay,
Not magician. Musician.
I got you.
Yes.
Hey, music is magical, so I mean,
I play a very inspiring music to give everybody a boon for the next round.
first round, yep.
Until the end of your next turn.
Until my next turn.
Until the end of your next turn. So really, you can keep it going for 2 rounds if you go first in this round and go last in the next round.
Okay. Aiden, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'll just stay put. I guess I'm looking down here. I'm waiting for something to come into view.
Okay.
Whenever
Shadowheart,
ready.
what would you like to do?
Okay. Yeah. Can I see any hostiles yet?
Yeah. You can hear hostiles. You can't see them just yet, but you can hear them.
Okay, I'll basically just hold my action.
Okay,
Yeah,
Christiana?
you're just basically trading turns with the fog.
Yeah, you are.
I am trading turns with one of the frog guys to go later.
Okay. So all of the things that are meant to be moving outside of what you can see have moved. So do you want to just go into another initiative round so you get some eyes on?
Uh-huh.
Sounds good.
Okay.
There's a sword squad. Wonderful.
Hey, no peeking. Aiden, you're up first. Would you like to swap your initiative or do anything?
At least it's not an ancient red, sword squad. So
Yeah, true.
I'll swap. Not really. Not really. The mechanic it's kind of lost on me, but I'll swap it wherever it's most advantageous.
Okay, so you can swap it with the next person, and you're about to get eyes on them.
yeah, so you can let the frog warriors go before you,
Okay.
and then you're like, oh crap, there's a bunch of frog warriors.
There are a bunch of frog warriors.
Then
Okay.
it's your turn.
Aiden, what would you like to do?
Man, I guess a fireball over and over.
You put a bottle like here
Mm-hmm. A little bit further.
or
Roll
in the
one
dark somewhere.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
just
I can
about.
move down one of the. I can't go past the port. Oh wait, let's see here. Sorry, I'm getting ready to.
Yeah.
Let's set on cone first. 20 feet. Can I throw one of this alchemical fire right here? 20 feet.
Yeah, it's 10 meters, so that it's 4 squares. So yeah, you could throw the flask at them. Yeah.
Sure. What do I need to roll, Tom?
So you need to make a weapon skill check. So your best one would probably be your staves. So make a
Can
staves
I
check.
use adaptive
You can.
to intelligent? Well, what's my highest one? To
Probably elemental.
intelligently guide my whatever.
Well, you look at one of your skills. So your max
Yeah.
skill is going to be an 18. So probably not an 18.
My max is a 4. Oh, my max is a 4. Yeah, so
Well, one of your skills. So like you might have a 14.
It's a 14 rather. I mean, it's a 14 rather.
Yeah, so you can roll one of your 14s.
Can I use one of those, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pick one of your 14s.
I was just waiting for Thomas to tell me.
Nice one. Okay.
So 6, 14. So
Okay.
that is going at
That squad there. So then
these
you need
guys.
to roll a d10.
Okay.
That's the damage mechanic. Oh!
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
And we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of one of these flasks. These flasks that you've got around here, I'm happy to say you guys can use them and move them. You haven't got to run and then grab one and come back. So you can use and move as and how you want to. Okay, next squad up. It's going.
Shout, go down the middle.
Apparently they're smart enough to not to go down the path.
Okay. Silvertongue, you're up.
Switch with Shadowbolt.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what do you want to do, Shadowbolt?
I'm going to shoot one of the squad, probably the north squad.
Okay.
Basically be able to use bow for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5 under 12.
Sweet. Are you using one of the fire flasks or are you using a bow?
No, just the regular one for now.
Okay, cool. It's Christiana. I've got you as next, Christiana.
Okay, I was just counting. Didn't see that. So.
No, you're good. So it's 1d10 damage then. Shadowbolt. I don't know why it didn't roll it.
Oh, that's because it rolled from the skill itself, not an actual attack roll.
Yeah, no worries. Just roll it manually if you like. Okay. Are you doing the same one that Aodin attacked, or the different, the other one?
I think it was the other one.
The other one, yeah. Okay.
One to the north, or quote unquote north.
Oh wait, are you using the ballista or are you using a bow?
Using the ballista.
Oh, okay. Forget about the 1d10 then. You need to roll.
That's it. I thought that's a little low, but hey.
You need to roll 2d12.
I wasn't gonna argue.
Yeah, no, argue. It's fine. 2d12 plus 4 is what you need to roll.
Hit.
Nice. This ballista. There's 5 of these frogs in this squad coming at you, and as you shoot this bolt, it clears out 4 of them, and there's 1 left. But it just dodged because it was close to one of those stones, and it looks up towards you.
Just smile and wave.
Chrisana, you're up now. What would you like to do?
Chrisana would like to move up and toss a fireball.
Yeah, fire flask. Yeah.
With these guys.
Cool.
Fire flask. So.
Nice. So then it's a D10 damage. Nice. So then that squad, because it's been hit with 2, is going to take 2d6 damage on their turn.
Nice.
Okay, Silvertongue, you're next.
Advantage to everybody till the end of my next turn.
Okay, nice. Aodin, you're first for this round. What would you like to do?
They're gonna burn, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't think we need anything more on that set of warriors.
Right.
But
We
the
don't
other
need
set of
anything.
warriors was a little too far to throw the flask at. So.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna look out.
Oh.
You know, I don't know. Does anybody want to swap turns with me? I don't think.
Oh
I
yeah,
need-
you can swap your
Okay,
turn with
cool.
one of the frog guys and let them move closer, and then you may be able to hit somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you
But
can wait.
Yeah, I'll wait. I don't think I need to even do that. I don't think I even need to shoot anybody right now. I think I need to hold and let the burn damage.
Are you going to swap with like the 8 or the 9?
Yeah.
Sure. We'll swap with one of those guys down at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 8 or the 9.
Okay.
Whichever's
Cool.
more advantageous.
We'll continue so you can see what's going on. Okay. The squad is going to move up. Shadowbolt, it's your turn. What would you like to
Already
do?
taken everybody out except for one dude in the northern squad, and the southern squad is on fire.
Yeah.
Ignore that, that's just me.
Unless we see somebody approaching here in the middle. There we are.
There's one rushing in the middle. I can just barely see him.
Yeah, you can ballista their butts.
No, I'm gonna just shoot the one I shot at. Just with my bow.
With your
Save
bow.
this.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a bit more arrows than just.
Yeah, we've only got 2 more shots with that ballista. So.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Near max damage.
Yeah, he picks his head up from behind the rock, and then he's lying down on the floor before he realizes what's happened.
That's the plan.
Chrisanna, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna hold and wait until the end of the initiative round.
Okay. Silvertongue.
Switch with the last guy on the list. But
Right. So,
if Aiden took 8, I'll take 9.
So we got Aiden's. Well, Aiden and Chrisanna have both swapped with those two. So your only choice is.
The choice
Right.
is to do something.
So that 8.
Right.
That 8 should have moved.
Okay.
So there you go. That 8 should have
If
moved.
you've got willpower left, you can. Yeah. So
Yeah, I've got willpower left. Okay, I'm going to give us advantage again.
wonderful.
I'll take it.
Cool. Okay, that leaves Aiden. Now you're up.
Oh, that was actually. That roll I got is interesting. An 11 and a 13.
Those 2 squads there with the gust. I mean, I'm figuring that I'm on top of it. I'm 4 stories up, so we got vertical distance as well. But so it's up to you.
I don't know how much math you want to do.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
It's a yes. Just a yes no. In Thomas's judgment, I mean, could I hit him with a cone of wind or?
Yeah, you can hit him with cone of
not?
wind.
Still far away.
No, you can hit him with
Okay.
a cone of wind. You also know that they're if you were to target one of them, you could also trigger the fire flask. They're roughly where the fire flask was if you wanted to do that. But I don't know that a cone of wind. I don't know would be able to do that. It depends how you roll, I guess. If you roll particularly well, it will.
Yeah. Hopefully they trip over it, and that's a success.
Thanks, Silvertongue, for the boon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have missed. You would have failed.
Do you want to give us 2d4? Are you doing it at level 1?
That was level 3.
Okay, so give us 4d4.
Ooh.
46.
4d4 for gust of wind. It's they're d4. It's not d6.
Yep.
Oh no, wait, they are.
No, they're not.
It's technically a swarm.
Depends on.
So it is d6 actually. You're correct.
There's 42 d4 meters away.
One.
Oof, yeah.
Lousy.
Okay, nice. And then I need 2d4 rolled as well, please. For 5, okay. Nice. Chrisanna, you're up.
Okay. I guess we'll take a sling at these warriors down here.
Okay.
Just because there's not a lot to do at the moment.
Gonna push?
Nope.
Cookie. Right, let's get some. Let's recall that. Okay, so out of the shadows, a great tree emerges, trundling upon legs like roots. A gaping maw splits the trunk, full of razor-sharp teeth and grasping vines. Built atop its branches, a platform sits, supporting a motley crew of armed frog people. It surges towards the tower, bellowing, a resounding roar. And it's going to come out just here. You guys, can you see that? You should be able to see that, I think.
Listen, enough of it to see it. No, it's there. We
Okay.
can't. This is kind of vague, but you can see it's something there.
Okay.
Hey, yeah. I know what I'm gonna do this next turn.
Okay, Shadowball, you're up first.
Oh, in that case, I'm gonna grab the bolts with the fire flask on it.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot at the big boy.
Nice, go for it.
And there's that.
Okay.
Did your squad of frogmen down here at the take their damage from still being on fire, and are they still? How are they looking?
Yeah, they take 2d6. That's... Thank you.
How much additional damage for the fire flask?
It's 2d12 plus 4.
For the bolts, and was there anything different for the one with the fire flask?
Yeah, so 2d12 plus 4 plus 1d10.
Oof.
Oof.
Bad tree.
That is oof. So that would be that. Okay. They will move up. This team will move up here, and they start climbing the outside of the wall. They quickly fail climbing, falling down,
Oof. Ouch.
and become a burning mess.
Those webbed hands are
That's
not
it.
made for climbing dry rock walls.
Should have leapt
Well,
first.
I guess not.
Chrisanna, you're up first. Oh, you're up next. Sorry, what would you like to do? Chrisanna?
I'm sorry, I was
You're good, don't worry.
lost in thought. No, we're gonna take a fire flask and throw it at these guys down here.
Okay, cool.
The ones that aren't on fire yet, now that they're close enough for me to throw fire at them. So we'll move around, get fire flask, and throw at those guys with the dagger.
Yeah, maybe he'll hit the other one and they'll go super on fire.
Yep. So we'll see how this works, and we still got the boom. So dagger it, knives it up. 4. So, and then you said a D10. Doing 7 damage to those guys.
Okay. Do you want to try and catch one of the other ones, or do you want to try and leave the door ones intact?
One more time. I might catch one of the.
Do you want to try and explode one of these with it, or leave it intact?
Do you want to hit the ones at the door? Or hit them?
Oh, as I throw down that flask, here. I'll leave it intact.
Okay, cool.
Those ones are tied to the door, aren't they? Anyway.
Yeah, I think we tied them on. I think we tied them on the inside of the door.
Oh,
But,
you did.
Or,
You did. Yeah.
but, like if they were to come through the door or something, that they would explode if they beat up on the door.
I wasn't anticipating them climbing up the tower.
Okay, Aiden, it's your turn.
Hopefully, some of them are interested in the door. I'm gonna try to hit Treebeard over here.
Sure. Do you want to try and hit your flask at the same time? The one you buried?
Yeah, if I could do it at the same time. If thematically that's what I don't want the damage to go to the flask. I wanted all my fireball damage. I'm hoping that they just step on the flask because it when we first met with Saul, he said like any kind of disturbance. He said they were like extremely volatile, like any disturbance or exposure to air or anything. Like if that big giant tree had stepped over it and
Yeah, it might have
squashed
destroyed
the
it.
ground.
Well, let's have a look. I can make a roll for that. If you want to make your check, I will make a
Fireball.
Uh,
Yeah. We'll shoot a fireball at the big tree.
Nice.
$46 damage. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, snap!
Oh, damn, nice.
You really.
You're max.
Oh, wow.
And then he steps on my landmine, hopefully.
It's almost as much as I did with them. Was the firebolt thing.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. 1 second. This thing is wrecked. It's caught fire. The treehouse that's on top of it, the fire has cut the ropes from that, and you can now see that there's frogs falling from it, left and the right, hitting their heads and taking some damage and being stampled underneath this monster. Yeah, it's pretty hurt, man. It's pretty hurt. Silvertongue, you're up next.
I'm going to move back.
Can the 9 spot be the last one?
You can, yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
Okay, so then this thing will get to act twice. First thing it's going to do is roll an attack. Resonant Howl. This thing's called the Briar Maul. Its wicked howl. Its wicked mouth opens, bellowing out a guttural howl. All opponents within 10 meters must make a will roll to resist fear. I don't think anyone's within 10 meters. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then it'll make its second attack.
Dragonbane already on
No, because I didn't move first, so you're fine. Can't do the same attack twice. Arrows fly archers from the. Oh, that's not available anymore. Do you know what? Let me just roll. No, I'll keep clicking until it's fair.
How tall are these things?
What was that?
How tall are the briar moles?
The brown moor's about 10 meters tall. It can't reach.
Okay,
Go on.
it's shorter than the tower then.
It's shorter than the tower, yeah. So, enter the maw. Tentacle-like roots surge towards an opponent within 6 meters, pulling them into the briar moor's gaping mouth. The monster begins to chew its victim, inflicting D8 piercing damage. The victim takes an additional D6 per turn. Okay. However,
I like the frog bolt.
it is instead
Bold sacrifice.
going to grab this guy and cannibalize it, and then it's going to start climbing up the wall with its 2 turns, and then that will be Silvertongue, your go.
Yep, and then I've been new turn order.
Okay,
sorry,
I'm going
Shadow
to.
Ball, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, wait. Who pushed their turn? Who held their turn? Was it Silvertongue?
Oh, Silvertongue, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Silvertongue. It's your go now. My bad. Silvertongue?
Oh, it is mine. Okay.
Yeah, it's yours.
I'm confused.
It was me.
So I'm going to go
confused
over
you.
to the. Yeah, I'm going to go over to the edge, and I believe that the one climbing the wall is the only thing that would be within 10 meters of me.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, so he gets a bane.
Okay.
So,
Okay, let me deal out these cards.
And that was unfortunately, that was my full movement, so I can't move away.
Okay. Archmaster Airden, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Well, down. What? You're gonna lob down fireball at 1 on the horde of frogmen down there.
Okay. Nice. What power?
That was just single.
Okay, cool. Give us 2d6 damage. Please.
6.
Nice.
Nice.
Hoping I have movement. I'm American. The meter beat conversion really messes with me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm the same, but the other way around.
It's all right. I'm not throwing any kind of shade at all. It's perfectly fine. If you want on your maps, you could select the custom thing. You can go to the measurement thing, and if there's a little drop down next to the feet option.
Mhm.
You can click that and then drop down and
Get the meters.
You can choose meters.
So that your measuring tools are in meters, but yeah.
I had to use yards once for Savage Worlds game. Where all the
Okay.
guns are measured in yardage.
This group of frogs who have just been activated will go, and they're going to try and get in through this door. We're going to do the door thing because they don't know about the door.
Imagine they don't.
Their short swords, so they're gonna start getting through this door. Does anybody want to use a interrupt and use a reaction to blow those flasks up? I'll allow that.
Again, I thought we put the flask on the inside of the door so they would damage them when they beat on the door.
Lois tied those up like
Where
crap.
the door.
Okay, who wants to
I
roll?
think it is.
Oh, you just want us to roll a d10 for
Yeah, give us 2d10 damage as these are gonna blow up.
Do it.
Cool.
Not much, but okay.
All damage is good damage.
but it takes it and then it lingers on them. So
It's
That's
actually
true.
precisely enough to kill them.
That's a. Well, we got left as a tree man.
Yeah, Tree Man's gonna move up, continue climbing, and then he's going to. He's only got half of his attacks available to him, which is why I might have to do a crazy amount of rerolls. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Boulder toss. The monster grabs a large boulder within its arm-like branches and chucks it towards an opponent within 10 meters. The victim suffers D12 damage. Okay, Chrisanna, you're 1, 2, 3. Silver Tongue, you're 4, 5, 6.
all right, come on, 1, 2, 3. I've got evade. Haven't gone yet.
Silver Tongue, would you like to
Ah.
evade?
Yes, I would. Hard to catch.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay, there you go.
Hard to catch.
Hard to catch. Yeah,
And
give you a double boon on that evade. Roll that
Two.
freaking 1.
Okay, so evade. Oh, there it is.
Oh, no way.
Hey!
Oh,
No
damn.
There
way.
you go. Well, you're rolling 3 dice, so you got a 15% chance, and now you're.
And the funny thing is, you got a 2, a 1, and a 1.
Oh wow!
No
No
way.
matter what happened, you would have
That's insane.
gotten it.
That's insane. Okay, Chrisanna, you're up. What would you like to do? This Brian Moore is now just about to be able to get on top of this tower, just so you can.
Oh, I
know
am going
visually.
to get one of these alchemy fires, throw it at the thing, and then back away as far as I can.
Okay. Make me a weapon check.
Weapon check, knife roll, and 8. So, thanks to the boons. And then so they will back up 10 feet, 4 meters or something. So.
Mm-hmm. Going to give us a
As I
D10
did
for
all
the
the
damage as well.
Oh, sorry, as I did all the running around.
Yeah, you can still just roll the damage.
D10. Halfway there.
Nice. Okay. The fire flask explodes on this already burning Briar Mall, burning its claws and its vines that are wrapped around the tower. As they start retracting, you see sort of Ripley Aliens Resurrection style or Gollum Lord of the Rings style. Its arms and its vines are thrown back as it starts falling to the floor it slams into the rock below it, which you hear a large creak, like a wood, like a tree being felled in a wood, as the Briarmore stops moving. The fire on the Briarmore
All right.
is able to light up some of the space around it, and you are able to see behind it squads of frog people booking it away, having seen this large monster be defeated by the heroes on top of the tower. You turn around and you see behind you Solomon Belmont, and he says to you, "My friends, this was a deed truly worthy of song. Without you, the tower would have surely fallen, and I would not have been given the chance to talk to my brother ever again. Sleep here tonight if you will. I'll get the guest cots, and come tomorrow I'll make you a morning feast worthy of your deeds. Tonight has reminded me that life is too short for petty arguments. Tomorrow I'll travel west to see my brother. Once we've talked, righted our past transgressions, I'd be honoured to see you again. This is no small thing, and we have much to discuss." As you start to see the sun fully go down, the moon coming up, and the stars overhead, you're able to catch your breath. You can do what you will with the fire flasks that remain. Does anybody, now we reach the end of the scenario, have anything that they want to do or declare that their character is going to be doing tonight or in the near future? We'll go left to right. Silvertongue, do you want to go first? Is there anything you would like to say?
Well, she's going to sit down and she's going to write a momentous piece of music to the glory of our victory. And it was a nice battle. I liked it, and so she's going to write good music for it.
Good. Chris Allen?
Gonna eat and drink and be merry and tell big fish tales about our grand adventure and help inspire this new song.
Awesome. Shadowbolt, any plans?
Let's eat and feast and have drinks. But no being merry though.
And how about Aiden?
At the behest of my halfling companions, I indulge in one ale, which I've never seen me do before, and my grumpy facade dropped. Although I try my best not to let anybody know.
Maybe the company of a fellow old wizard has loosened your lips slightly. Awesome.
No, it's more or less my companions. I'm trying not to just trying to be a stubborn old man, not letting on that I'm pretty fond of them, but pretty proud of the way we fought together.
Awesome.
But
okay.
You never catch me admitting it without an ale.
Well, that's the end of the story of the Alchemist Fire in the Ballywick of Fenwick. We've got the author's teased that there's another story coming for this setting as well, which will be, I guess, at some point in the future. If you guys enjoyed it, you're welcome back to play again. Thank you very much.